3 games into the season, and I asked a lot of them. They stayed in a hotel and they were on buses, for 8 hours before that game, and we went out and we played like it. We spotted them points that like traveling like that usually does, and if we can learn from that and understand that, great. But that'll be as our story plays out this year. We'll see what we learn from this trip because there's plenty of lessons.
Sure, and you watch a football game, and obviously, I've watched a ton of them. You've played and coached in a million of them, and the losing team always, in many instances, looks flat. And sometimes that's true. Sometimes it's the opponent. I thought you'll look pretty flat, at least pretty early in the football game. Like the guys were not quite. I don't know. Maybe it's the bus ride. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the hard part. It's hard to say. We tinker with the itinerary and we try and figure out the best way to get them primed and ready. But ultimately, I've been on a lot of road trips as a player and a coach, and if anything you learn, like sometimes you just gotta suck it up. You just gotta say, okay, this is a hard trip, and I can't worry about the details and the grass that we're playing on or the color of the opponent's jerseys or the fans or the officials or anything. I just have to go and control what I can control. So that's the lesson that we've just been harping all week is, hey, we put this on us. We put this on ourselves. We didn't schedule a local team that we could have our starters out by halftime. We scheduled a tough road team, and and good on home field. They played well. They are a great team, and they played like it. So I give them that.
And they were geared up. They were not, Obviously, this game meant a lot to them.
No more Bob Whitty on this, huh?
What's
that? No more Bob Whitty?
Team, but as a community.
On the interview, doesn't he do? Oh, he does the halftime.
He does the halftime, yeah.
That's right.
He does the halftime.
Sitting amongst them on Friday night. So, obviously you're not looking for excuses.
Who's he got halftime
reasons,
this week?
But,
He's got volleyball coaches.
2 weeks off. It's an extra bye.
They're struggling.
I think maybe some of that played
Yes,
into
they
it.
are.
That whole we didn't play a week before and trying to, maybe forgetting how geared up that you have to get after, with all week off.
Yeah, I mean, it's all part. Everything that happened is a part of, the reason why on Friday night that we really didn't play our best football. But, like say a week off can help you, it can hurt you. Playing on the road, you hope it could help you. Being a team together, hopefully it helps you, but sometimes it hurts you. So, like I say, it's all part of the process, trying to figure out these guys and them figuring out themselves. They got to figure out themselves. Like, hey, we got to travel. I'm so worried about this. Well, guess what? How about we worry about our technique? And I can't tell you how many times I said that to individual players is, hey, when things get really rough, get lost in your technique and do what you were taught to do and go back to your training because you have it. And see if they can beat you if you do everything just right. So that's usually the case with the kids.
Well, on the bright side, theoretically, there may be another road trip coming. You're going to get another bye. So, lessons learned that hopefully can be applied to later in the season.
Yeah, and like you say, I don't necessarily worry about the bye as much. We play great at home. We got to learn the road trip, but that was the whole thing that we talked about last week too. In here,
Mr. Burke.
We got to
What's
learn
that?
how to travel. And if this helps us learn how to travel, great. Because I do play out mock-ups every week for the whole
Tomorrow? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not putting the cart in front of the horse, but that's
Sure.
what you do because that's what it's all about. And
I don't think there's a football field up there yet, is there?
If class were to start today,
There isn't.
There is no football. Yeah, so it's all at the normal high school field.
Like I say, this can all be.
Yeah.
Part
It's
of
actually
the
their
process
middle school.
if we can take care of business.
Their old middle school.
Yeah.
Because their old high school didn't
And
have a
that will
football
play
field
out
either.
over time.
Yeah.
So we just
Where you normally
we
go.
went back to work this week and got back to practice and I guess I love
Barry,
to say to everyone, no one's
I got
gonna
card
play
for you
cards.
Sunday.
Like, here comes Lewiston, let's go. Like,
That's right.
Like, put your pads on, let's go get better.
Yeah, and one final thought on last week. There's a reason why they call it home field advantage.
Yeah.
Anyway, on to the game that's coming up here in just a little while. Lewiston, the Bengals coming up, and doesn't get any easier.
No. Long history with Lewiston, and home team's won every game since I've been a part of this. So, I'm glad to have them at home. Glad to, after even last weekend, the long road trip, not getting home till 5 a.m. on Saturday morning, great to be at home. It's great to be in front of our fans, our field, everything. And to bring Lewiston here, great. They're 4-0. They had a fantastic season so far, scoring a ton of points. Two-back run, have a really good running back. Quarterback very opportunistic. Defense is physical and salty. So, I look for a well-fought battle. As I tell the boys all the time, let's worry about us. Let's do what we do, and we'll take care of business.
Well, defensively, now, 3 games in, what is it that you're looking at that you think to yourself, this is the spot or two that we really need to shore up to be a good, consistent defense, play in, play out, drive in, drive out, week in, week out?
So it just comes back to discipline. We're seeing a lot of spread, and that's one of the things that got us in a hole last week was spread and eye control and eye discipline. So a lot of our veterans have been doing veteran things in a good way. Some of our new guys are still learning. First half of the season,
Yeah, it's all new.
Are still kind of picking things up.
Yeah.
And,
Fundraising's doing its job.
Our schedule. We have no cupcakes on our schedule. So
no doubt.
So when you look down the line, some of these guys, they just get baptized by fire. Up front with the D line. There's no games where we don't get to look at an offensive line across them and say, okay, we're, you get what I'm saying?
I do. It's not we got this covered because we're 50 pounds bigger than them at every position.
Correct. And that, and that goes on around, and that goes on with other teams on our schedule later.
Number 8. So he got
for us,
this guy there.
With
Cruz Hepburn,
a 5A schedule like always.
James White's their tight end. He'll be heavy in the offense, but those are the 3 keys.
It's a tall task. They got
He's going to be a receiver. He's a receiver.
The way it is. And then
24 is a receiver.
I think we had an opportunity against Colvin.
Yeah, 11.
Just seeing what they've done, I think it's fair to say that would have been a good opportunity to kind of, play football and not worry about every single detail. Because last week against Homedale, one mistake and that running back was getting 10 yards. I mean, one wrong step and it's 10 yards later. So sometimes more. So, that's what we've talked about defensively. Is hey, do your job, make them beat you, and if we do that, we'll be fine. There was just too much of a lack of aggression last week.
And then offensively, at times you've run the ball pretty well. It seems to me, just thinking about it, that the passing game's been a little spotty off and on. Are you looking for a little more balance there on that side of the ball, or just really continuing to focus on now? We've got to be able to put the ball in the hands of our quarterback and our running back and move the chain.
Absolutely, and that's goal line type stuff. That's how you score. That's how you move the chain. So that needs. Couple series to get your feet on the ground offensively. I've seen it 1,000 times. You just need a couple series to kind of get a feel for what they changed and what they did, and that's kind of what happened last week. The problem is we didn't stop them defensively, so we didn't play complementary football. Offense fails, goes 3 and out, then they score on defense, and then offense goes 3 and out again, and they score, on our defense again. And so sometimes the other side of the ball just needs to help the other side get through that sticky. And we didn't play any complementary football last week.
Well, hopefully we'll see more of that coming up here in just a few minutes.
Thank you.
And we'll be back to wrap up the Oaks Fresh Market pregame show after this on North Idaho's Radio and Rock 103.
For all your shopping needs, the place to go is Oaks Fresh Market in Ponderay. They've got it all.
Memorial Field as we get set for kickoff tonight. The Bulldogs, who won the toss, have deferred and elected to kick off, which means it's time for the rumble of the Interstate Concrete Trucks. They've been around Sandpoint for more than 30 years, and that's how long they've sponsored Sandpoint High School Bulldog football. Interstate brings you the opening kickoff here on North Idaho's Radio and Rock 103, so that defense, Jay, going to get a chance to stand up and get the ball back to the offense right off the bat.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, complimentary football here, Chris, and the Bulldogs with the leg of Lassie Kuhn. Hopefully, put the Bengals offense kind of deep in their own territory, making go the length of the field. But yeah, complimentary football, as Coach Ryan Knowles was saying, defense got to get their offense off the field, and our offense has got to keep their defense on the field.
Well, the Bengals show up with their white uniforms, purple numbers, yellow helmets. Pretty standard. The Bulldogs are going with their alternate black pants and jerseys, red numerals, and red helmets. Kind of a stylish and up-to-date look for the Bulldog uniforms tonight.
Yeah, commemorative uniforms, right? I believe it represents 44, which I believe was David Lyons, and also Tucker Taylor, two gentlemen who were football players for Sandpoint.
Yep.
That tragically passed away.
So Kuhn getting set to kick it away. 4 guys deep, and the Bulldogs are going for an onside kick right off the bat, and they've got it. They've got it on the far side. It's yanked down by Luke McCorkle. Bulldogs pop it up in the air into the open area, and it looks like Sandpoint's going to have the football to start this football game inside Lewiston's 45.
Boy, talk about a nice high kick that goes 12 yards past the line of scrimmage, perfectly thrown.
Yeah, no doubt.
Down the sideline, and boy, McCorkle comes up with a big play. Nice catch, keeps his feet in bounds.
There's bend it like Beckham and pop it like Kuhn right there. I mean, he just put that thing right in the spot.
Now we got a
on
flag
the far side.
Now we got a flag on the field, Chris. Late.
So looks like they're giving it to the Bengals after all of that. So the flag is down. Let's see what they call. It's going to be against the Bulldogs. So wipe all that off. Bengals going to get their first possession started in great field position, waiting for the
interference. What is this? Never heard of such a thing here.
So the Bengals will get the football to start after the interference penalty. And that'll be at the 43, 44-yard line. So even though the Bulldogs came down with it, I'm not sure how there could have been interference. There wasn't anyone from Lewiston around there and Now, are they going to mark off more yardage?
Did they say a fair catch was called? I just don't see what's happening here.
Well, we'll find out at some point from Coach Knowles, who doesn't seem like the explanation that's coming from the white hat is super satisfying.
Yeah. Boy, huge break there for Lewiston. Bulldogs coming out pretty excited. That's kind of deflating right there on that first kickoff, Chris. And boy, now that momentum just shifts right into Lewiston Bengals' favor here as they get the ball at the Bulldogs' 42. I think at 41.
Yeah, 41-yard line for Lewiston's first possession. So the Bulldogs roll the dice and come up empty here as it's Jace McArcher and the offense. Handoff right up the middle. Hepburn, you're going to hear a lot of that. Cruz Hepburn, the senior running back. And he goes up the middle and tackled pretty quickly. Short gain of about 3.
Yeah, just a simple dive. Had a nice seam there, but Wes Benefield there fills that hole and makes a nice tackle on Hepburn there.
Now we've got a stoppage of play as the uniformed police have come out. And Hepburn has got to put his jersey all the way down to cover his pads. So 2nd down and 7. McArcher throws it. It's caught on the far side. Just a simple hitch pattern down to the Bulldog 31. That should be enough for a first down on the 7-yard pass.
Well, yeah, needed 7. He just goes right to that first down marker in front of the Bulldog defender. It's a long ways away from here. I didn't get the number, but pretty well thrown football there by McArcher. Yeah,
they got trips on that side. There's a fake to Hepburn. Quarterback keeps it. He's got room. He's inside the 30, down to about the 26. So that's going to be a gain of 6 on first down, and it's going to be 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, real important for the Sandpoint Bulldog defense to stay to their assignments. Don't go with that fake there as they fakes it to the Hepburn to the left, and the quarterback keeps it up the middle.
Fake handoff. McArcher back to pass. Throwing is a man caught down to the 15-yard line. That's going to be a first down. Pretty good coverage out there by Steiger, but the running back out of the backfield, Hepburn, makes the catch.
Yeah, again, some time to throw there as he holds that fake, holds the linebackers there at the line of scrimmage, and then turns and fires a nice dart there to Hepburn, who works his way 10 yards down the field and picks up another first down for the Bengals.
So first down, they mark it officially at the 16. 1st and 10, Lewiston. And then Lewiston's going to be called for a false start. So that'll set them back 5, make it 1st and 15. Just underway here on North Idaho's radio and Rock 103. It's Bulldog football tonight, coming to you from the lovely confines of Barlow Stadium War Memorial Field, where we will be once again next week as Lake City comes to town. Nice to have a couple of home games after last week's long road trip. Fake handoff. Quarterback keeps it. No, they do hand it off, and the Bulldogs snuff it out for another loss.
Boy, Joseph Hughes that time, I believe, on that tackle, Chris. Good job there by that Bulldog defense, staying with Hepburn and then dropping him for, looked like another about 2-yard loss on the play.
Yeah, so 2nd down and 17 now. And going to get a lot of this all night long. Quarterback misdirection, handing it off to faking it. Now McArcher runs. He wants to throw the option. He does, and it's open to the outside, and it's going to be a good gain inside the 20 back to the 15-yard line. So right around just a couple yards past the original line of scrimmage, 3rd and 8.
Yeah, at that time, the Bulldogs do a good job of stringing that out, but a nice block pulled there by that left tackle for Lewiston as he's able to get his hands on that corner to the far side, Chris, and allow Hepburn to turn the corner on that option play.
So 3rd and 9. Fake handoff. McArcher throws it across the middle. He's got the running back out of the backfield, Hepburn, for a touchdown right down the seam, and it's 6-0 in favor of the Bengals.
Yeah, pretty simple play action. Hold that free safety in the middle of the field, and Hepburn, who's pretty quick, he just works his way down that outside seam, Chris, and pretty easy there as he was wide open and into the end zone there in front of Cody Steiger.
So getting set to do the extra point duties for Lewiston, Thor Kessinger. Snap is down. Kick is up. It is good. It is 7-0 Lewiston early. We'll be back with the Bulldogs for possession after this on North Idaho's Radio and Rock 103.
Wherever you're headed, Columbia Bank has the people and resources.
So Kessinger getting set finally to kick it away after an extended break. There's a short kick. It's going to hit at the 20 and be picked up at about the 15 and then returning it out to the 22, 23-yard line, and that's where the Bulldogs will take over after the return by Luke McCorkle.
Yeah, short kick there that McCorkle was forced to field it off the second bounce, and just too much time for that to play to develop and really nowhere to run as he was stopped very quickly after trying to get to the sideline.
So the Bulldogs come out in their standard four-wide set with Robert and Hindenburg and Frank and Vandenberg as the wide receivers, and Garrett Cox in the backfield along with Parker Pettit. 1st and 10, Sandpoint. Hand off to Cox. Cox makes a nice move, drives forward across the 30. He's going to be very close to first down yardage, and a nice gain and great run there by Garrett Cox.
Boy, nice little cutback, and a good job there by that offensive line, Chris, to the left side. That's Laybourne and Dorrell, and Stockton. They allow him to cut back up the middle, and he just turns those legs and pick up a nice 12 yards on that first down.
So first down for the Bulldogs as they're out across the 30 to the 32. Pettit again hands it to Cox. Cox gets to the outside, now cuts it up the middle. He's got another nice run. Going to be near first down yardage one more time, out to the 43. That should be 10 and another Bulldog first down. And, Jay, if you're scripting it offensively for the Bulldogs, getting Garrett Cox rolling is really something that would be most helpful.
Well, Lewiston has been susceptible to that rushing game as Eisenhower came, Lewiston beat Eisenhower, but Lewiston also gave up over 400 yards of total offense to to Eisenhower. So, this defense isn't as strong, probably not the stronger part of this Lewiston team, as they have willed a lot of yards here in their first 4 games.
So 1st and 10, Bulldogs. Everyone looks to the sidelines after a couple of Pettit claps. Now, handoff, Cox. Cox right up the middle. Cox breaks it. Cox is across midfield. He's to about the 48. That's another gain of 9.
Another flag.
But we have a flag in the middle of the situation, which would lead one to believe that we're looking at a possible hold.
Yeah, Yarno's not happy there. He's offensive line coach shaking his head. It looks like the Bulldogs could be guilty of a hold here. It's been a long discussion there between the back judge and the head ump. Or the head official.
Yes. The referee, I think he is referred to. As they're still communicating amongst themselves.
Looks like they're pointing Lewiston.
It sure does look like it's a personal foul against Lewiston. So it's not the hold. It's an extra 15 and another Bulldog first down.
Bulldogs get a big break there. I didn't see what happened. No indication of what that personal foul was. Maybe a quick face mask there as coming through the line, or maybe a defensive lineman got his hands into a Bulldogs offensive lineman's helmet or something. I don't know. Hard to tell from my perspective.
Boy, it didn't seem like much, but Bulldogs will take the 15. Set up camp at the Lewiston 39-yard line. 1st and 10, looking to even this one up here in the first quarter of action, with Lewiston leading it 7-0. 8:29 left in this first quarter, and this scoring update brought to you by Sun Rental, a proud supporter of the Bulldogs since 1979. They rent everything under the sun. So Pettit with Cox now behind him. He looks to throw it to Cox, dips it away from the rush. He's on his feet. He makes a man miss. Pettit still on his feet up the middle. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. He's into the end zone, and he made about 5 Bengals look ridiculous. The rush came right at him. He ducked under it. He broke one other guy's ankles, and just like that, Pettit strikes pay dirt for the Bulldogs.
Boy, I tell you what, Pettit just looking to throw that swing pass over to Cox and then maybe look downfield to Frank running down the sidelines. But I tell you what, that rush came quickly. He picks it up. He ducks his head, sees a huge hole to the left, and then cuts it back down the middle. The field makes 5 guys miss and into the end zone. That's what we like to see from Parker Pettit. He's very elusive and very strong after contact.
Snap is down, kick is up, extra point is good, and just like that, we are knotted at 7. 8:07 left in this first quarter. We'll take time out and be back after this on Rock 103 and North Idaho's radio.
Sandpoint Super Drug is conveniently open 7 days a week with all the essentials you need. Stop by their pharmacy, immune support area, nutrition center, or shop for household and hardware items. You can always call ahead to order your prescriptions online. They have in-store pickup, free in-town delivery, and curbside pickup. In their expanded hardware department, you'll find the things that you need for all of your
as their field position much different on this second drive than it was on their first. Wow.
Absolutely. That's a great kick there by Kuhn, who just drives that through the end zone, lands about 1 yard deep, or 1 yard from going completely out of the end zone. That kid's got a heck of a leg.
So here we go with Lewiston back on for their second possession. See if the Bulldog defense can get something going to slow down the Bengals after that first drive. Chase McArcher with it, hands it off, and there's nothing doing. And this is going to be snuffed out in the backfield as another Bulldog has lost his hat.
That's Benefield. It happens to happen every game. He loses that helmet. He needs to strap that thing on tighter.
Need a little chin strap adjustment. So loss of 3. It's going to be 2nd down and 13.
Yeah, James White, nowhere to run there as the Bulldogs do a good job of just stretching that play out.
There's a run right up the middle, and this is a pretty nice one with that hole in the center with Benefield on the sideline without his helmet. And so they get the 3 and more, and quickly up to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down now and 1 after the gain of 11 for Hepburn right up the gut. So Lewiston on a 3rd and short here. Quarterback keeper trying to get to the near side. He's going to have a 1st down. He gains about 3 or 4 out to the 33. It's a tough play to stop when you've got the whole line and 2 running backs in front of him.
Well, yeah, they brought the whole house. They had three blockers out of the backfield to tight end and into 2 running backs, and then McArcher just looking for that little area to sneak up in there, and he does. Brought down by West, but not until it was a 1st down.
McArcher hands it to Hepburn. Hepburn tries to run over a Bulldog. Doesn't really do much. Has a nice job on that far side for Sandpoint by Shane Sherrill to sort of fight through the block and get in the way of the running back.
Yeah, Shane Sherrill, tough kid, sophomore, getting his first action here tonight.
2nd down, incomplete pass, so it'll be 3rd down and 7 after the initial gain of 3 on 1st down. So a big 3rd down for the Bulldogs to see if they can get off the field here.
Get off the field. They had a problem with that last week, Chris, and it's something they've been done really well for the first 2 games, but last week just struggled on those 3rd down and longs. It's a great opportunity here for the defense.
McArcher rolling, throwing. He's got a man wide open. It's going to be close to a 1st down. I think they're going to give it to him out to the 40. Ooh, boy, this is going to be close. Nope, they give it to him. Just too much cushion there, Jay.
Yeah, Braden Rice got McCorkle to turn, and once you get him to turn, you break it off, and McArcher's just taking half the field, letting his receiver work down the field. He rolls out to the right, and Rice just ends up wide open and an easy pitch and catch.
So 1st and 10, handoff up the middle. Hepburn going to get 1, might get 2 to the 45-yard line with the score knotted up at 7. And this scoring update here in the second quarter is brought to you by Interstate Concrete, a proud sponsor of Bulldog football for more than 30 years. 2nd down and 8. Screen pass dropped.
It's a fumble.
Well, they think it is a. No, they're going to say it's incomplete now. That was very close to a fumble as Hepburn was not really behind the quarterback. So now 3rd and 8 and another 3rd and long for the Bulldog defense.
Yeah, got to get off the field here in this situation, Chris. You cannot give up the big play. As that play looked like, hey, one-on-one, they'll take Hepburn against Zimmerman all day long.
Yeah.
But fortunately for the Bulldogs, that ball falls incomplete.
Fake handoff. Now they throw it deep. This is going to be long and incomplete, but the Bulldogs grab a hold on the far side, and a pass interference is going to go on the Bulldogs' Kobe Barlow unnecessarily because that ball was sailing way over the head of the receiver.
Man, you just got to get off the field in these situations. A perfect opportunity. The ball, really poorly thrown, and you just cannot give up that big ball in the penalty here. Gosh.
So the Bulldogs pass interference, and that's that's a crime right there. If you have the awareness to be looking for the football, you just let that ball sail over the head. There's no need. And you're grabbing the guy 3 yards in front of you. You're not getting away with that one. Yeah.
Pretty easy.
So the ball's going to be down to the 40. So another penalty against the Bulldog defense and extending a drive. And we saw so much of that last week. And there's a fake handoff, and now the quarterback's going to keep it. He looks to get to the outside. Looked like a hold, not called. And McArcher gets inside the Bulldog 25, and they're going to mark him down there. So another big 14-yard gain, and it's going to be a 1st down in Lewiston. heading towards the end zone.
A lot of misdirection there, Chris. Another nice play action fake. That time McArcher keeps it around the left end, pretty well blocked by that left side of that Bengal line.
This handoff comes, and nice job there. Not much doing for Ethan Shaw. Shaw gains a couple, but it's not first and second down where the Bulldogs have had the trouble so far tonight, Jay.
Boy, it's that third down, big playability, and the Bulldogs defense just not getting it done. The defense getting right where they want to be. Third and 6, 3rd and 7 or longer. Hey, that's a good way to get off the field, but the Bulldogs unable to do that.
Looked like a little early motion, but not happening. Hepburn goes up the middle. It's going to be a short gain again out to about the 20. So I would imagine that Lewiston would be in 4-down territory here no matter what as they face a 3rd down and a long 4.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, Lewiston, this is two-down territory for them.
Jace McArcher just keeps it around the far side. He's going to get close to the first down, but he's not going to get there as he was hammered down, I believe, by who was that got him?
Boy, it looked like a couple Bulldogs there.
I thought it was Benefield,
and
yeah.
Hughes in there also. It looks like the two linebackers scraping over, getting off their blocks to make the stop there on 4th down.
So 4th and 2. Jace McArcher looking over to the sideline, see if the Bulldogs can get off the field here on this 4th down. Still looking. Now they split a man out, 3 wides, 2 backs, another keeper right up the middle.
He's not going to get it.
He's going to be caught short. Oh, that's going to be close. I think they're going to give it to him.
Boy,
he got a great spot on that.
He need to get past the 20, it looks like, from my view, and he's going to be short of the 20. So
they're going to – oh, he doesn't get there. You're right, Jay. Jay with the best eyes of the group right there. Just shy of the 21. So the Bulldog defense finally steps up, causes the stop, and the Sandpoint offense is going to take over 1st and 10 on their own 21.
Boy, good job right there. That time the defense comes up with a big stop on McArcher, who's trying to, again, got all that help to the outside, all those lead blockers, but he tries to sneak it up inside, and the Bulldogs defensive front able to kind of hold their ground and give very little space for McArcher to work.
So 4 wides for the Bulldogs. Pettit. Cox right beside him. Pettit back to pass.
Frank is moving out the far side.
But we're going to have motion. So the Bulldogs will be marked back 5, make it 1st down and 15.
Yeah, you come up with a big play on defense, and the first play coming out of the snap is you get 5 yards. Now you're putting yourself in that 1st and 15 situation, and with your back up against the end zone, these are, just mental mistakes by the Bulldog offense here on that play.
So 1st down and 15 now. Same formation. Pettit. Back to pass. Looking. Throws a screen to Cox, who catches it, but he's going to lose a yard because the pass was well behind him. And frankly, Jay, even if he catches that standing up, he's not going too far.
Yeah, you guarantee you Lewiston here, they know what Cox can do. I mean, they watch film, they read the papers, and boy, so far the Bulldogs given him a strong dose of Cox, and that time they weren't fooled. As even if he would have not fell down, he wasn't going anywhere.
I actually believe that it was Wimmer who was in there at that point. Pettit throwing down the middle. He's got a man wide open. It's caught and then dropped. Let's see what they call.
Vandenberg takes a shot there.
Yeah. I think that the Bulldogs were then able to recover it, or are they saying incomplete? I guess they're going to call it incomplete. Wow, what a great throw. Ari Vandenberg had it momentarily but took a big shot, couldn't hang on. So they're going to say it's incomplete and a 3rd down.
Boy, he was there. He took a shot, though. Boy, I tell you what, tough to hold on to that ball as he, again, that free safety just kind of sat there and waited for it to come, and the boy lowered that shoulder. A good defensive play there by the Bengals. A missed opportunity there by Vandenberg and the Bulldog offense.
So 3rd and long. 3:25 left in the first quarter, all knotted up at 7. Bulldogs looking to keep this drive alive. Pettit runs into a wall, gets out of it, but he's still on his feet, not going to get the 1st down, but to give the Bulldogs a little bit of room. Back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe one more. Gain of 6 up the middle. Big rush up the center, and no real time for that play to develop.
No, absolutely not, Chris. Again, just a lot of pressure. That time linebacker blitz. Just Pettit does a pretty good job of just getting positive yardage out of that play. He works his way up the field to to gain about 8 yards on that play, but the Bulldogs here with Will Hurst forced the punt, who did a great job last week punting the football here for the Bulldogs.
Jackson Latham, the deep man for Lewiston, standing on his 47-yard line. Hurst, snap is good, kick is away. It's a high spiral. It's going to drive the Bengals back, and the bounce is going to come down at about the 41-yard line. So another great punt for Will Hurst. Unfortunately for the Bulldogs, it took a little bit of a Bengals bounce, but wow, from the shadow of your own end zone to punt it out and have them take over at the 40, that's pretty good.
Yeah, 40 yards, all carry on that punt. You'd like to see him get that roll off this turf, but boy, what a great punt there by Will Hurst.
So Bengals back on. Game knotted at 7. McArcher's got his standard running crew there. 2 running backs off to his right now, a man in motion. Fake to him. They now hand it to him. Little scat back.
Helmet off.
And another helmet loose. This one comes off of
51.
51 for the Bulldogs.
Manny Cologne.
Cologne loses his helmet. Boy, the Bulldogs, they got to
that's
start.
31.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was Wimmer.
Wimmer. So they got to start getting some guys in their situation strapped on. There's another handoff up the middle. This one goes nowhere. So 3rd and 9 now.
Cox checks himself out. Bach comes in for Cox here on this big 3rd down and 9. Again, the Bulldogs, good chance here to get off the field. Look for McArcher to roll out to his left and just take half the field away here and try to come up with his first down.
Yeah, Bulldogs call timeout. 1:37 left here in the first quarter. Knotted at 7. We'll keep it here and tell you that this scoring update is brought to you by Jalapenos Mexican Restaurant. Jalapenos for the finest Mexican food on 2nd Avenue in Sandpoint, now with a convenient pickup window. Yeah, based on the formation, trips off to the left, and McArcher pretty comfortable rolling that way. Big down for the Bulldog defense. Like to see a 3 and out. Get that ball back in the hands of Sandpoint's offense. Chris Chatburn, Jay Vandenberg along with you tonight here. Rock 103, North Idaho's radio. Also available online at either one of those stations' websites, rock103fm.com, northidahoradio.com. If you're out traveling on a Friday night and you want to hear the game, you can take us anywhere and check it out. Of course, next week, another 5A opponent. The last preseason game, so to speak. Hard to believe we're that far into the season already.
Oh, boy, I tell you.
Feels like we haven't played hardly any games. So McArcher rolls to the left. He's looking, he's throwing, he's going deep. He's got a man out there, but this ball sails well out of bounds. And pretty good coverage on that far side by the Bulldogs.
Is that McCorkle that time on coverage?
I think, no, I don't think it was McCorkle.
Maybe it was Barlow.
It's hard to tell. I think it was Barlow. He's been playing that side. Look, yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was Barlow. Did a great job that time running step for step on that inside pocket, Chris. Good coverage there by Barlow, making up for that holding call here earlier in the game.
So Bengals now theoretically will punt it away, but they don't look like they're going to punt it away. Of course, they might do the old pooch kick, and they will. There's a kick that rolls and is going to come down, and Cox is going to pick it up at the 10, just try to get something out of it. He does. He gets back across the 20, beats one man and does a nice job. So right about the 22, that's where the Bulldogs will take over one more time as we've settled into this one with the score tied 7-7 after each team took their first possession down for touchdowns. Since then, the defense has started to rise up a little bit.
Yeah, Sandpoint Bulldog defense starting to kind of settle in here, Chris. The Bulldogs, just a tough field position there. You get caught with that penalty, you start 1st and 15. Just really hard to dig yourself out of. But let's see if this offense can't come up with some big plays on this next drive here. Just a minute and 22 to play in the first.
Well, I would surmise that the Bulldogs are going to go maybe back to some of that running. They've got Frank in tight and Wimmer in the game as well. And up under center, Parker Pettit. They fake the handoff. No, they give it right up the middle. So the Bulldogs running the veer situation here. And this one to Wimmer goes for a couple of yards.
Yeah, again, just a simple dive, 2 yards there on this T formation.
Yeah. The Red Grange offense, frankly.
You remember those days, huh?
Yeah, sure. I remember those days. I saw it on the grainy black and white film. So once again, same formation. Pettit hands it off. They're trying to get to the outside, and there's nothing doing. And it's going to be a loss back to the original line of scrimmage this time.
Vincent Shriver, number 5 there. He's their middle linebacker that time. He just goes unblocked and reads it right away and drops Wimmer for about a 1 yard loss. Now the Bulldogs in that 3rd and 9 situation. Tough spot here for this Bulldog offense to be in.
So Bulldogs go back to their standard formation as we near the end of the first quarter. 2 wide right, 2 left. Cox back in the backfield with Pettit. Pettit looking, throwing. He's got a man. It's Vandenberg. He's going to get out across the 30. That should be enough for a first down with the mark. And as the first quarter comes to an end, the Bulldogs move the chains.
Yeah, first down there for the Bulldogs.
So the Bulldogs will have it 1st and 10 when we return. Second quarter just around the corner. We're all knotted at 7 here on North Idaho's radio and Rock 103.
As a member of the Sandpoint business community since 1963, Lighthouse Foods is a proud supporter of Bulldog sports. Since the beginning, Lighthouse has been committed to investing in and having a positive impact on its employees and the communities in which it operates. Proud to be 100% employee-owned, Lighthouse has been named Best Workplace and Best Innovative Manufacturer in Bonner County. Interested in starting a new career? Go online to lighthousefoods.com for a list of current job openings.
School is back in session, and the folks at the Dairy Depot want to remind you to drive carefully around school zones and make the Dairy Depot your one-stop shop for your game day snacks, beer, and pop on the Dover Highway in Sandpoint. The Dairy Depot.
That's right, the Dairy Depot. It's a great place to go at about 6:15 in the morning when you need a little extra something because 3 o'clock breakfast didn't last too long.
Well, you're there before I am. Boy, I tell you.
I'm pretty much there before everybody most days. All right, here we go with the Bulldogs now on first down just across their 30-yard line. Again, they're 4 wide set with Pettit clapping, faking the handoff, pulling it back, throwing the screen. It's caught. Frank's got about 7 or 8 on first down. Nice quick play there for the Bulldogs. And a 2nd and 3 coming up.
Yeah, good job right there. Again, just well executed to that left side as, again, Vandenberg gets a nice block, seals his guy, and allows Frank to work back up the middle. And boy, Pettit does a good job of having a man right in his face as he delivers that ball. Just kind of hesitates a little bit, gets him in the air, and then is able to throw that ball through his arms. And a nice first down play for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs tighten it up here on 2nd and short. Hand it off up the middle. And I believe it's going to be Cox on this one who's going to grind forward for enough. Get the first down out across the 40 to the 42, and the Bulldogs move the chains again.
Yeah, again, just a nice job there by Laybourne and Durrell off that right side, and they get a nice push, a good snap there by Stockton, and boy, they got the 3 yards, just got over it, and a nice first down play there.
So everyone looking to the sidelines as the signals are sent in. Bengals awaiting the Bulldogs play. Sandpoint still taking a long time to get this one in. And now they're going to have to call timeout as they're about to suck up 5 yards of penalty. 10:57 left here till halftime. And the score still all tied up. 7-7. This scoring update brought to you by 7BTV, your authorized dish retailer, locally owned and operated and ready for you. A proud sponsor of Bulldog Sports. Columbia Bank halftime show on the way. We'll have our jalapeno stat page then, and Bob Whitty will have his halftime interview with some of the volleyball coaches. I believe that JV coach Savannah Scott will be along for that conversation. It's been a a weird and rough early go for the volleyball girls with all their, well, not all of them, injuries and COVID. And
yeah, I think I just read the paper and finally had their starting group for the first time here just last week. Against Post Falls, came up short on that victory. But again, the program, really trying to turn this program around. They've really fallen on hard times, Chris, the last few years. And Karen Alsager and Lester, and I believe it's Wallene. They're in there working with the girls really hard and getting this program back to where it belongs here at the top of the state of Idaho.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs out of the timeout. Pettit takes the snap, hands it off, fakes it actually, keeps it, and he's going to move forward, maybe get a yard or two. Not much happening on that one. Pretty good defense there by some of the hefty big guys in the middle of the Lewiston line.
Yeah, that time did a good job of just holding the ground there as they wanted to run right off that left side, right behind. It looked like Laybourne, and Lewiston does a pretty good job, but Pettit was still able to fight for 3 yards.
2nd down, 7. Pettit fakes a handoff, keeps it, gets a nice block. He's up the middle. He's into the secondary. He's got a 1st and more. He's across the 30. He's dragging Bengals to the 25-yard line.
No flags, and another nice keeper right there by Pettit. He fakes it off to
Cox and goes for 33.
33 yards on that carry. Again, well blocked off the left side. That again, I believe it was Dorrell out that left side, and some good blocks by Frank and Vandenberg that allows that big seam to open up down that left hash mark.
Yeah, Dorrell really kicked his guy out and opened that up. Fumble, ball's loose. As Cox said, Pettit couldn't decide who was going to keep it, and it came out. So Parker Pettit had to fall on it, got almost back to the original line of scrimmage.
Oof, boy. You get everything going. You got the momentum. You got this defense on their heels here, and boom, you don't want anything like that to happen. Now the Bulldogs in a 2nd and long 10 situation here.
So we've got Robert on the near side. Also for the Bulldogs, Hinberg on the near side. Far side, it's Frank, and it is Vandenberg, and it is a pass to Frank, who's going to get most of the 9-10 they needed there. It's going to be 3rd down and short at the about, let's call it 18-yard line.
Boy, we need to get to about the 15, Chris. That makes it 3 yards to go, but a nice little quick in route by Frank as Vandenberg runs the seam, draws his defender out of the way, and nice easy pitch and catch. The ball thrown a little bit behind Frank, but he does a good job of catching it and putting the Bulldogs here in a good situation.
Yeah, went up, used his body to shield the defender from the football, caught it, and brought it down immediately. There's a handoff to Cox trying to get to the outside. It's not happening, but he drives forward. He's going to get to the line of scrimmage, which is kind of a good job by him. So now it's going to be, after they give him a half-yard, 4th and 2 with the ball at about the 18.5, 17-yard line.
Boy, they're going to try to kick a field goal here. This is, again, you're looking at a 36-yarder, a 35-yard field goal.
So Jacob Gove getting some run here at 35-yard field goal near hash. Bulldogs looking to edge in front. Now run a guy onto the field. They're going to have to burn another timeout.
My Lord. You don't have enough guys out there. I know that.
Timeout on the field. We'll take one as well, and we'll be back on North Idaho's Radio and Rock 103 after this. down 13-7.
Yeah, you just again, you just give them opportunities. You take the steam out of the ball there. Miss the field goal on a 4th down and 3. You're showing, you're not giving your offense much faith there. A 36-yard field goal, and you're gonna and you just don't think you can pick up those 3 yards in that situation. Lewiston just jumps all over it there, and first play gone to Hepburn. Big play.
So extra point coming up now for the Bengals. And the big kicker is named Thor Kessinger. Extra point is up. It is good. And it is 14-0 in favor of Lewiston. Halfway through this second quarter of play, and this scoring update brought to you by Northwest Auto Body and Towing with 2 locations to serve you, Sandpoint and Pend Oreille. Since 1976, providing quality repairs throughout North Idaho. And boy, there had to be a breakdown on defense on that one, Jay, to allow Hepburn to get it to the outside as quickly as he did.
Yeah, just nobody out there. He was pretty well blocked, and the Bulldogs just nobody scraping over. Nobody had the end around. I believe it was Hepburn. Wasn't Hepburn on that?
It was, yes.
He comes around that end around. He lined up in the tailback's position off to the left there.
And you could pretty much see before he got to the line of scrimmage that he was gone.
It was going to be a struggle for any Bulldogs to catch him.
So Sandpoint, who just seemingly a minute ago looked like they were going to take the lead themselves, or at least have an opportunity to do so, now find themselves back down 14-7. Bengals getting set to kick it away. Bulldogs not quite as deep as they were first time around after Thor, whose leg is not as mighty as some might think, as he was not able to get it much past the 20 on his first kickoff attempt. This one is going to be driven a little further, and it's going to be taken at the 5, trying to get to the outside. Once again, struggling to get to the 20 as the blocking on the return on the far side wasn't up to snuff. And it's going to be 1st and 10 Bulldogs, and they're going to start at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, again, a pretty good kick that time there by Lewiston Bengal there as he drives it all the way down inside that 10-yard line, Chris. And the Bulldogs just not enough blockers out to that left side, and not much return there. And the Bengals do a good job. The Bulldogs start inside their own 20-yard line here on this offensive possession. Just over 7 minutes here to play in the half.
So the Bulldogs come out. Cox in the backfield with Pettit. Standard formation. The 4 wide that they employ most of the time. Pettit hands it to Cox, and Cox goes straight up the middle for a big run. He's at the 30. He's at the 40. He's still on his feet. He's at the 50. He finally gets driven out of bounds, and a late hit.
Late hit there.
Way out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
There's flags flying everywhere, Chris, as the Bulldogs get another 15 yards there. Again, pretty well-designed play, Chris. Good blocking behind Durrell and Laybourne, and then he gets some good blocking downfield by Frank and Vandenberg. And, boy, the rest of it's just Cox.
Yes, it is.
He just takes off and gets wrapped up, gets hit. He drags him. They can't bring him down. And, boy, I think he took a couple of those Bengals a ride for about 15 yards, Chris.
Yes, and then the final Bengal hit him after he was 3 yards out of bounds. So he runs it all the way to the 44-yard line, and then the Bulldogs going to get 15 more, and they'll set up right at the 30, I guess, is where the Bulldogs will start it. So big gain for the Bulldogs. About a 37-yard scamper there for Cox on that first down. So the Bulldogs once again in Bengal territory, see if they can finish this one off. Pettit throws, it's caught. Vandenberg loses it. Ball's on the field. They're going to call it incomplete again. As Ari Vandenberg turned, it got nailed once again and just couldn't hang on to the football.
Boy, again, just a tough spot. Vandenberg just right when he makes that turn, Chris, it looks like he has it. And, boy, another shot right on the football. And, boy, Bulldogs lucky break. There's that ball. He almost makes a play on that ball, and that could have been a big mistake for the Bulldogs.
So it'll be 2nd and 10. That one I thought he might have been a fumble because he sort of turned, but he didn't quite make a step and make that football move. Here we go. Pettit hands it to Cox. Cox is into the secondary again. He's going to be into the end zone. Easy as that. Bulldogs score on a 30-yard run by Garrett Cox. And it's 14-13. So the scoring festival's broken out again all of a sudden.
Yes, boy. Well, both teams making quick work here and doing it on the ground. Again, Garrett Cox. Boy, he's just off to a great start this year. Last year the Bulldogs' offense struggled, but Cox is just off to a wonderful start here. And again, two totes for him, and he's into the end zone.
And you can't give the offensive line enough credit because he had a literal chasm to run through. And if he's into the secondary at full speed, those guys back there are going to have some trouble. Extra point is up and good. We're knotted at 14. We'll be back with more Bulldog football after this on North Idaho's radio and Rock 103. I guess we will be back now.
Oh, we're still here. Nice.
We're still here. We didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
We decided to hang out.
Yeah, boy, the Bulldogs. Cox covers 82 yards there all by himself on that Bulldog drive. Well, 15 yards, I guess, on the penalty. So, boy, what's that? 67 yards.
Yeah, 2 runs. That helps the old yards per carry average. So we're all knotted up again at 14. Bulldogs getting set to kick it away. And one would imagine that the Bulldog kicker, Mr. Kuhn, will try and put this back into the end zone again. Can't see the flag here. There's a long one that's going to go, and it's going to be into the end zone. So wind, wet wind, it doesn't matter. So Bengals going to start on the 20. Once again tied, this time at 14.
Another great kick there by Kuhn, driving it into the end zone. I tell you what, it's quite the weapon here in high school football. If you got a guy that can just pound the ball in the end zone.
Oh, if I had wanted to be trying long field goals, that might be the guy I'd wanted to be making the attempt. And we've got a handoff up the middle and a big run, more than 10. This time it goes to Lewiston to number 6.
Boy, the Bengals on that far side, Chris, they were moving. Yeah, no flag there on the play, but the big hole there off the left side for Hepburn.
So first down, once again, fake handoff. Now they're going to throw it deep. They've got a man. They're trying to get Hepburn out of the slot. Hepburn then pushes one of the Bulldogs away from the defensive huddle of the Bengals on the far side. So 2nd and 10 coming up. And the accuracy of Mr. McArcher is a little suspect from time to time.
Time to time, yeah. Again, really nobody open there as he just kind of heaves it down the field. And, that ball well thrown out of bounds.
So 2nd and 10 coming up. Fake handoff to Hepburn. McArcher keeps it. Gets hammered down, and then we've got a flag after a gain of about 6 or 7. And it's going to be probably a march backwards for Lewiston.
Yeah, spot foul here. It's going to take them from the 39-yard line
back to the 29. That's going to make it a 2nd down and about 16 or 15. Looks like 2nd and 15, so that play comes off the books, and the Bengals now looking at 2nd and long, and another chance for the Bulldog defense to get off the field here. See if they can shut him down in the next 2 plays. Hepburn in motion, fake handoff, McArcher rolling, looking. He's under duress, and he tries to throw it to Hepburn, who makes a great catch for a 6-yard gain. Goes down to his knees and dives and somehow able to wrestle that one in. So 3rd and 9 coming up.
Yeah, boy, Barlow just backpedaling there about 15 yards off Hepburn. He's got to He's got to see that earlier and make that McCorkle.
So again, McArcher rolling, and he's trying to find a man. He's got him, and it's another first down. This time on the near side, going to Jared Jelinek, and the Bulldogs giving up some pretty serious cushion on those receivers.
Yeah, they're going to roll out McArcher each way. They're going to take that half the field, so the Bulldogs should have a pretty idea of where the ball's going to go.
Handoff up the middle. Nice tackle broken. And then running through a second tackle. And then finally a Bulldog comes up out of the secondary and makes the stop at about the Bulldog 44-yard line. That should be close to another first down. They're going to call it second and short, or are they going to move the sticks? Yep, they finally give the signal. They're moving the chains.
Should be a first down there.
Lewiston up to the line already. Chain gang getting things set. And the running back, Cruz Hepburn, kind of took a shot on that last play. They faked the handoff to him. McArcher keeps it, dives up the middle, avoids the loss, gets one. Pretty good defense there by the Bulldogs that time.
Boy, yeah, good job there just by that defensive front. Looks like 52 for the Bulldogs. Matt Chapman, is that correct? He comes up and is able to kind of corral him at the feet there, wrap him up, and really limit any yards on that play as the Bengals pick up one.
So shift on the play. McArcher hands it off, nothing. Hepburn up the middle, and he loses two. It's going to be third down and 11.
Boy, and his helmet comes off here. That's a big break there for the Bulldogs. Is Lewiston's best player now off the field here on third and long. But again, look for McArcher. They're going to roll out. They're going to let their receivers try to make a play, and the Bulldogs secondary is really going to have to come up with a stop here. It's third, and it's every third or fourth time here where the Bengals had third and long, and they've been able to make the play down the field.
So two wides near side, one to the far side, two backs in the backfield. McArcher rolling. Looks like he's going to keep it. They're not even going to try and throw it, and he gets a couple, but then flags fly. I think the Bulldogs might have had a face mask.
Boy, just bailing him out.
Yep, they call the face mask against the Bulldogs.
Man, you just can't make this stuff up here, Chris. You have it dead the right stop. It's going to put them in a fourth down and 8, forcing the punt here with just under 4 minutes to play. But you're going to give them 15 yards and an opportunity here to go into half with possible lead.
Yeah, what is that? About 5 penalties against the Bulldog defense that have extended drives in the last 2 weeks in the first half of those two games.
Yeah, just not very well disciplined there.
McArcher throws this one. It's high. It's caught. And it's down to about the 24-yard line. That's a short gain. Give him 3. Nice defense. Quickly coming up to make the stop on that one was Barlow, I believe.
Yeah, just a quick little hitch there. Not much happening there, but Barlow that time comes up and plays that a little pretty aggressive, which is good.
Little miscommunication in the Bulldogs defensive backfield, and they hand this one off, and it goes nowhere on 2nd and 5. Ethan Shaw might get a yard, and actually is going to lose one. So from 2nd and 5, they go to 3rd and 6.
Again, that 2-down territory, Chris, as you talk about, if they get inside this 25-yard line, they know they've got 2 plays here to pick up 6 yards.
Hepburn back in there. McArcher sends a man in motion to his right. Fakes the handoff. Rolls. Gets stuffed. Nice play out of the Bulldogs.
Benefield.
I think it was Wimmer who came up and made that stop, and it's now 4th down and 12.
Boy, that was Wimmer. Boy, hard to see those numbers from here, but
yes, it is.
Good job there as the Bulldogs put him in 4. They're going to keep the offense here on the field. They're on 4th and 13.
Yeah, they're inside the 30-yard line. That doesn't surprise me. McArcher throws back across the grain, and he's got a man. He would have had a touchdown, and he dropped it. Oh, big break for the Bulldogs. Maybe the last-second dive by Barlow got in the eyes of the intended receiver, Jelinek, but he was behind the D, had 6, and the Bulldog defense escapes.
Well, yeah, and Steiger's a little late getting over there, over the top as they run that post pattern down the middle, and he's able to work inside of Barlow. Barlow gets stuck kind of standing still there, but he dives in there. The ball a little underthrown, Chris, and I think Barlow does just enough to get his hands up and as that ball's coming in to kind of distract him, and the Bulldogs defense gets a big break here and are off the field here with just over 2 minutes, hopefully trying to put some more points here on the board.
That's right, 2:22 left, plenty of time. All options available for the Bulldog offense here.
No timeouts, though.
No timeouts. But first downs will stop the clock. Pettit hands it off. Gets it to Cox. Cox still on his feet. Spins out to the 35. See if the Bulldogs move quickly. So 2nd and 5 coming up, and Cox somehow turns 0 into 5.
Yeah, again, a good job right there. Oh.
As the Bulldogs knock down
Hinberg.
Hinberg takes out the back judge. Second down, Pettit looking, finding Vandenberg. It's too high. It's incomplete through Vandenberg's hands, but that, after the way Ari's been popped a couple of times, you can understand maybe he's not going to leave his feet and go up too high for that one with the guys right behind him, and that ball was about 2 feet too far up in the air.
Boy, just wasn't able to get there. It got to him quick, too, Chris. Again, he was open. That ball a little lower. That's going to be a nice gain for the Bulldogs here on 2nd and 5.
So it's going to be 3rd and 5 now. Pettit claps, looks, throws the simple out, and
Jesus,
this one is just full-on dropped by Ari Vandenberg, who would have had a first down if he'd have hauled it in. That pass on target, and now the Bulldogs will have to punt it away with 1:44 left.
Yeah, that's my kid out there. He's usually got pretty good hands, Chris. I don't think he's had a drop all year, but boy, he's struggling right now. Just it's amazing what happens as a receiver when you get popped twice, and then all of a sudden you get your head around, seeing the next guys come, and you don't quite catch that ball and bring it all the way in. But that's a catch he should have there. That's a big break there for the Bengals, as that was a first down and could have been a little bit more for Vandenberg.
So Hurst in to kick it away. High snap, but Hurst is tall. And this kick is going to be end over end, take a Bulldog bounce, and then the Bengals going to let it go over his head and out of bounds. So inside the 20, that's where Lewiston will take over. We've got a flag down. So hold everything. Flag right at the 40-yard line. We'll see what this amounts to as the officials gather. One official sauntering up, just taking his time, telling the referee what's going on. I think it's going to be against Lewiston, and it'll mark him back further. They're going to have a hold during the kick against the Bengals, so they're going to have to be marked all the way back inside the 15. They'll put it down at about the 10-yard line. So 90 yards in 1:35. That's what the Bulldog defense has to work with on this final, maybe, possession of this first half of play.
Yeah, Lewiston has shown that they can get these big plays here with Hepburn. It's the Bulldogs defense just got to stick to the game plan here and not give up any big plays.
Bulldogs will get the ball at the start of the third quarter. Quarterback McArcher fakes it, keeps it. Bulldogs have another face mask. And somebody's down on the field. One of the Bulldogs, I believe it was the Bulldog who was trying to make the tackle who did the face mask, and might have hurt himself in his agony, just reached for whatever was there. They're looking at the knee of the Bulldog on the field at the 5-yard line. So the Bulldogs, who look like they're going to get a stop. Now the ball is going to be out to the 20, and that should be a first down. As the face mask came at the 15, or at the 5, excuse me. Still looking over the Bulldog, who is now apparently going to get up and walk off the field sort of under his own power, and that's Will Hurst.
Yeah, they're going to need that big boy in this game. He's going to have to try to shake off the ankle or whatever leg element he has there on that left leg.
Yeah, he's an integral part of the Bulldogs, not only on the line, but also with his punting, which the Bulldogs probably are not going to need the punt here in this first half, the remainder. And with any luck, they'll be done punting for the night. That would be nice. So here we go with first down and 10 now at the 20 for Lewiston with 1:28 left in this very spirited first half of action. McArcher fakes the handoff, keeps it looking to throw, throws it across the middle. He's got a man again open. It's Hepburn, and he's all the way out to midfield. Beautiful throw that time, Jay, right over the Bulldog defender. Hepburn turned around. The ball was literally falling into his hands.
Boy, yeah, just what the Lewiston Bengals wanted here at the 50-yard line now. Just 2 plays, and they're already out from the shadows of their goal line, and the Bulldogs just giving up a couple big plays here.
McArcher hands it off up the middle to White. White spins. Should have been tackled at the line of scrimmage, but manages to go up forward for 7. And, of course, the Bengals have all 3 of their timeouts. So second down, long 3. Ball already in Bulldog territory. Under a minute as McArcher comes to the near side, cuts up against the grain, gets to the 35. That's a gain of 8 and another first down for Lewiston. Clock stops as they place it. Now rolls. Bengals still disdain the timeout, keeping all 3 available as the clock is now inside of 30 seconds and McArcher's rolling out. Being chased from behind by Dunkel. Throwing it, and it's incomplete. So second down and 10 coming up.
Yeah, that time good pressure. That time by the Bulldogs looked like it was Lane Dunkel there coming from that right side, and he forces McArcher out there. But nothing, really good coverage downfield as the Bulldogs had that play kind of dialed in.
Yeah, the Bulldogs were the closest to it, and McArcher really just throwing that away over the top into empty space. So second down and 10, now 27 seconds left in the half. Fake handoff. They give it to Hepburn, and he is stuffed in the backfield by Garrett Cox on a loss of 7.
Boy, huge play there by that Bulldog defense. Now they're going to call a timeout. Stop the clock here with 21 seconds to play.
Yeah, Garrett Cox in the backfield. Nice job. Loss of 6, they say. Knotted at 14, 21 seconds left in the first half of this scoring update brought to you by Sun Rental. Proud supporter of the Bulldogs since 1979. They ran everything under the sun. Boy, big third down for the Bulldogs. You would imagine that if the Bulldogs were able to get a stop anywhere near the line of scrimmage, that Lewiston would probably be content to let it run out or maybe throw a Hail Mary on the last play of the half. No turnovers in this one so far. Just 4 touchdowns, 2 for each side. Extra points good. Bulldogs did miss a 35-yard field goal earlier in this quarter on a 4th and 3. So here we go, 3rd and long. Bengals up to the line with their 2 wides, 2 backs. They've got a man in the slot about a yard and a half behind the line of scrimmage on the near side.
Bulldogs got to be careful here. Barlow's one-on-one to that far side, wide side of the field.
Again, it looked like there should have been some motion. They throw it downfield. It is going to be caught at the 5. Double coverage and the pass complete. Inside the 5. Wow.
McCorkle just gets beat to the inside on that deep post, and the free safety Steicher's gotta be there, stay home, but he gets beaten. He's underneath that throw, and boy, what a big catch there by the Bengal receiver.
So the Bengals call timeout.
Man, 13 seconds, and they give up the bomb.
Yeah, it's been a cavalcade of mistakes for the Bulldogs in this one, Jay, both offensively and defensively. Not a clean game on either side of the ball so far.
No, we got 4 penalties, 4 huge penalties, 3 of them of the 15-yard nature, and another one for 10 yards, and that hasn't done that defense any favors, Chris. And then just a couple big plays. The Bengals have capitalized. The big 80-yard touchdown run there by Hepburn after the missed field goal, and then this big pass play here with the Bengals with hardly any time left on the clock. The Bulldogs' last thing they want to do is get beat deep and give up that big throw. And boy, you just got to be kicking yourself. Coach Knowles got to be pretty disappointed in how those plays have transpired here.
So it's going to be 1st and goal at the 5. There is just 13 seconds left in this half. Bengals are down to their final timeout. Of course, with that timeout, they can pretty much run whatever they want here and still get another shot at either a field goal at the end or another play to try and get into the end zone. See if the Bulldog defense can stand up. McArcher throwing, looks into the corner, and there's a touchdown as they just threw it right off the side. Little bit of a push off maybe on the far side, but the Bulldog defense, James White gets the touchdown against them, and it's now 20-14 with 10 seconds left.
Boy, pretty simple there, and the Bulldogs just you got to make them throw it over the top. You can't let them get on that back shoulder. You got to make them make that catch in the back part of that end zone, not in front of you.
Snap is down, kick is up, nearly blocked, but it is good with 10 seconds left. 21-14, we'll keep it here as we are nearing the Columbia Bank halftime show, featuring your Jalapeno stat page and our halftime conversation with Bob Whitty and some of the Bulldog volleyball coaches. Boy, that's a deflating way to end the half, Jay. You let them go 90 yards in a minute and 20 seconds to get a touchdown to take the lead.
Boy, it's just again just some big mistakes. You got the face mask there. You have them dead in the backfield there for a big 8-yard loss, and you get a face mask. It gives them new life, bringing out to out near the 25-yard line, and they get a big pass play down the middle of the field. And, I tell you what, the Bulldogs, other than their own mental mistakes and giving up those big plays, I believe they're outplaying them, Chris. I'm just saying, but they're just not making the right plays here and then coming up with the plays that seem to be pretty routine.
So the Bengals getting set to kick it away. And what has been a pretty long first half already. 8 minutes into the 8 o'clock hour here on 1400 KSPT in Sandpoint, 1450 KBFI in Bonners Ferry, and KTPO HD2 Rock 103. It's been a weird half, Jay. It started with the Bulldogs going for the onside kick, getting it, but then having a penalty against them, and Lewiston taking advantage and scoring the first score of the game. So this is going to be a squibber. It's going to be taken down at about the 30-yard line, 25-yard line by Vandenberg. So the Bulldogs still with 10 seconds left. You try something nutty here, or you just take a knee and get to halftime and try to figure it out in the second half?
I think you just get into halftime here, regroup, and try to get better. Try to limit those big plays. You're really keeping the Bengals here in this game.
So up to the line of scrimmage, Bulldogs look like they are lined up pretty tight as the football is now brought in. Sandpoint's going to line up at the 27. Pettit up under center. Tight formation would lead one to believe they will take a knee. They do. And that's going to be your first half. Bulldogs trail it 21-14. We'll be back with your Columbia Bank halftime show after this on North Idaho's radio and Rock 103. touchback. Started on the 20-yard line.
Yeah, another nice kick there. That first one was real short, but I think he kind of, he laid up. That one's driven down there inside that 5-yard line. Pretty tough for Dunkel to handle that. The ball goes through his hands and into the end zone. The Bulldogs will get the ball at the 20-yard line.
So, Bulldogs set. Here they come, led by their quarterback, Parker Pettit. Pettit and Cox, the backfield. Otherwise, looks like the rest of the starting crew pretty much intact, especially from the skill situation with Robert out there, with Hindenburg out there, with Max Frank and Ari Vandenberg at the wideouts. 1st and 10 Bulldogs. Pettit gets it to Cox. Cox gets to the outside, cuts back across the inside, and then drives forward for a nice 7-yard gain on 1st down.
Well, that's been there all night, Chris, just off tackle. That time running off the right side behind Smith there, and a good job of Cox just kind of picking his way, waits for the block to happen, cuts it inside, and picks up 7.
Yeah, well, it looks like, I said it looks like, but Will Hurst tonight is done. He's out there with his knee bandaged with some ice and on crutches. 2nd down, deep. Bulldogs trying a deep shot. And there's a push in the back on the Bulldogs. Wow. Man alive. As Max Frank was wide open, and he was pushed in the back by Briggs Duman, and it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
Boy, a lot of contact downfield, Chris, and boy, I think everybody on this side saying PI, but that guy was not having any of it. And then there's Knowles. He's giving him an earful. I believe that was a missed call there, a break going against the Bulldogs. Seemingly always happens here to the Bulldogs.
Yeah. So 3rd down, 3. Bulldogs need 3 to keep the drive going. They go to Pettit. Pettit picks his way forward. It looks like he's going to be close. Man, he's going to get the 1st down. He just gets it across the 30. So that's just enough for Parker Pettit to get the 1st down.
Well, that's a pretty good spot there, Chris. Looked like he was hit just right at that. Looked like a little short of that 30-yard line, but he looks like he gets that one extra yard, and a big, tough run there by the quarterback, Parker Pettit.
So 1st and 10, Bulldogs move the chains. Just underway, 3rd quarter. Fake. They throw it to Vandenberg. He turns. He's upended, but he's got about 9 on 1st down. Sure-handed catch that time for Ari Vandenberg, as it's going to be 2nd down now and a long 1, almost 2.
Yeah, Vandenberg just doing that time, just trying to get back on track here, just see the ball in there and then try to hold on to it. He struggled there in the first half. It's nice to see Thielbar get him back in the action and just say, hey, I trust you. Make the play. It was a nice little 5-yard catch and then a 4-yard gain afterwards.
Bulldogs tighten this one up and go out of the whatever you want to call it, formation, and it doesn't fool anyone.
Boy, where they've seen a lot of success there, but they're going to that short side of the field behind Smith and Chapman, and boy, Bengals not fooled us. He was hit 2 yards deep in that backfield, and the Bulldogs actually they give him kind of the spot line of scrimmage, which is interesting, but
yeah.
Boy, that was a good spot. But the Bulls, again, here 3rd down and a long 3.
Yeah, the offensive line coach wasn't very happy with his action on that one. Now they go deep to Frank again, and it goes through his hands. Now we've got a penalty.
Oh, Lordy.
And don't tell me there's no such thing as a makeup call.
Wow. I'm sure these Bengals are going to be upset as,
oh my
again,
goodness.
Frank had him guard, but, as Frank went to go, and I'll say this, as Frank goes up to catch the ball, the corner did knock his arms away, before the ball gets there, but man, that
was a lot less contact than the first one.
Yeah, those things are usually not thrown, but boy, the Bulldogs catch a big break there again. This time, listen to Barry Burke. As Burke said, he goes, the Bulldogs need to start throwing it down the field, and they've done so twice now on this drive, and this time coming up with a big penalty against the Bengals.
So Bulldogs come in tight again, run out of the single wing or whatever you want to call it, hand it off. Cox, little bit of yardage. He's going to get down to the 45 of Lewiston, so give him 3. And that was really successful first week against Post Falls when nobody'd seen it.
Yeah, absolutely.
The level of success seems to be diminishing as the weeks go on.
You know, the Bulldogs starting to run the ball off that right side, and they had a lot of success behind Laybourne and Darrell to the left. But, you know, the yards really hard to come by off that right side.
So 2nd and 7, Pettit back to pass, looking, throwing. It's caught. What a catch as Max Frank goes high, comes down with it, and should have a first down, but we got a flag in the backfield. Ball at the original line of scrimmage. And it's going to be a hold against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it looks like Garrett Cox, you know, picking up the blitzer there, and he just doesn't. He just kind of holds on to him a little too long, Chris, and he's going to get called for that penalty.
So that's going to be for the Bulldogs. Instead of a first down, it is going to be a mark back all the way off the spot to the 40-yard line and set up a 1st and 22.
Or 2nd and 22.
Or 2nd and 22. Yeah, thanks. Even better. So another crushing, crucial penalty against the Bulldogs. Boy, the referees have come out here in this third quarter with their shoulders lubed up. They're throwing the flags quite a bit here so far early. 2nd and 22. Pettit looking, throwing, going down the middle. And Frank's got it. He's loose. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. He's all the way down inside the 20 to about the 15. And that time, Frank cuts it off and heads to the post. And he was wide open.
Boy, again, a lot of attention played to Vandenberg because he goes down and draws that free safety. But I tell you what makes the play happen is Parker Pettit keeps his eyes to the left side of the field and then works back. Great protection, allows Pettit to work to the left and then come back and throw a dart down the middle to Frank, wide open.
Yeah, 2nd and 22, and the Bulldogs got that and much, much more inside the 20. Pettit keeps it. Pettit driving forward. He's all the way down inside the 5 to the 2. So that's another 12-yard gain, and the Bulldogs are at 1st and goal.
1st and goal to 2, yes. The chain gang over there, Jeff Byer, Cliff Iris, Rusty Iris, they've been doing this for a long time, Chris.
Yes, they have.
They're getting their workout tonight as this game's been going up and down the field here. You see if the Bulldogs can't punch one in here, maybe off that left side to Cox.
Cox takes it, goes off the right side, dives, and he's in. So Garrett Cox puts the Bulldogs on the board. So step one complete of the third quarter. They took the football one end to the other, got a touchdown with the extra point coming up now, trailing it by just one, 21-20.
Yeah, the Bulldogs testing that right side, and and they do a good job up front. They kind of, hold that line of scrimmage and allow Cox just to find a little hole. And he's he's a small back. He's pretty powerful, Chris, and he's able to work his way into the end zone. Good start here to the second half.
Yeah, kind of twisted off the tackle towards the right, and up now we've got Lewiston jumping into the neutral zone. Kick is up and through, but it's going to be an offsides and put the Bulldogs down to the 1 yard line.
Keep it right there. Deny it. Decline it. New ball now. The kicker just kicked his ball over the fence, so now they got to bring in another.
They got to go fish it out of the baseball fencing. It's down towards the end of the field.
Oh, you giant fan over here, Cubby Cove.
High snap, and the extra point is no good.
That's a costly one right
there. Boy, that's a tough one. Bulldogs 21-20. Trail it by 1. We'll be back with more football here on North Idaho's Radio and Rock 103 after this.
Ouch.
When you hear a commercial from Mountain West Bank, we're usually talking
Banos del Lago, located on the Sam Owen Peninsula on Lake Condor.
The Bengals have really struggled to get any really big yards, but they've really made the Bulldogs pay on the outside.
2nd down and 8.
He's wide open
to the man on the near side, Jelinek, who has nobody guarding him, so he just takes it and runs down inside the 30-yard line. Major breakdown on defense by someone in the secondary for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the DB's just not paying attention here as he's uncovered, and McArcher does smart play. He just calls a quick snap, throws it out there, and lets him run down the field for a big gain on the play.
So 1st and 10, another handoff up the middle, and Shaw's driving forward. He's going to get down to near the Bulldog 20-yard line, so give him pretty much 8 on 1st down right up the middle.
Yeah, that time just straight up right behind the center there, and that's this big yardage as they get a great block, a good push up front, and no linebackers there to make a tackle.
Well, if the Bulldogs don't win this game, they're really going to have nobody to blame but themselves. There's Hepburn, who gets knocked down, and he's going to get a very short gain. He's not even going to get to the 1st down. It's going to be 3rd down and 1. As someone, I didn't see who, submarined right in there and just cut his legs out in the backfield.
Yeah, I didn't see it there, but the Bulldogs here, 3rd and a long 1 here. This is 2-down territory, I'm sure, for the Bengals. Look for McArcher to make a play with his legs.
McArcher is going to try to make that play with his legs. He runs to the outside. He's got a 1st down. He's got more. He breaks it into the secondary, and after some poor tackling, into the end zone. So the Bulldog offense drives the length, but then the defense gives it up in about 5 plays, and it's Lewiston back into the end zone.
Boy, yeah, the Bulldogs' defense really started off the season just snuffing out the running games from the Post Falls Trojans and the Coeur d'Alene Vikings. But, boy, these last 2 weeks, it's been ground and pound, really giving up some big plays from the quarterback position as McArcher's having himself a heck of a night here.
That's right, and once again, around the outside. Extra point is up, and it is good. And that makes it a 28-20 Lewiston lead with 6:09 left here in this 3rd quarter. And this scoring update brought to you by Interstate Concrete, a proud sponsor of Bulldog football for more than 30 years. And the mistakes really piling up for the Bulldogs. A big play on that drive, Jay. Again, you've got an uncovered receiver out wide. and they roll a bunch of yards out of it. So it's just been, it hasn't been sharp from a mental perspective tonight for the Bulldogs.
Boy, it hasn't, Chris. And again, the Bulldogs struggling, to that weak side on those quarterback keepers. Is the Bengals just do a good job of getting blockers out there, and they're just outnumbering the Bulldog defenders, and it allows McCarter or Hepburn to get the corner, and boy, they just got to do a better job of forcing that play back inside, but you just can't let that quarterback get all the way to the sideline and turn it upfield.
Once again, the kicker, Thor Kessinger, who just booted the extra point through, will now kick it off to the Bulldogs. We'll once again have Dunkel. And it looks like it might, they've got Max Frank, it looks like, back there right now. If I see correctly. Nope, that's not correctly. Tough to see the Bulldog numbers as it comes to McCorkle, who makes a great move, and he's still on his feet. He's at the 30, the 35. He turns the other way and gets hammered down at the 40.
Well,
Billy White Shoes Johnson in the house tonight for the Bulldogs on that weaving, twisting, and turning return for Luke McCorkle.
Boy, good job right there. McCorkle just showing some heart from the senior there, and boy, does that all on his own. He takes a shot at the end of that play, but he holds on to it, and boy, the Bulldogs get a huge break. It looked like he was going to be knocked down inside that 15-yard line, but he's able to escape and really, pick up 25 yards after that after that initial contact.
So the Bulldog offense back on the field. Garrett Cox standing next to Parker Pettit. Bulldogs with their 4 wide. Lewiston's defensive backs back off. Hand off to Cox. Cox up the middle. Cox driving forward, and a nice push by the offensive line as Cox just rides them for about 6 right up the middle.
Boy, yeah, just that time, Cox just not a whole lot of push up front, but he's patient running there, and he finally sees a seam there and is able to lower his shoulder and just drive, use his legs and drive for 6 yards.
So
I'd say 6 yards on that.
Yeah, 2nd and 4. Pettit keeps it on the end around, tries to get away from a defender, manages to outrun Mr. Thor Kessinger to the sideline. He gets another 6, and the Bulldogs move the chains.
Absolutely. Good job right there. It looked like Pettit was going to be stopped there, but he's just too hard. You're not going to bring Pettit down with just one guy most of the time, as he's able to just keep his feet moving and allow that guy not to get a hold of him. And after contact, just picks up 6 yards and Bulldog first down.
Well, you better square him up and put your shoulder pads into him if you want to bring him out. You're not going to do it reaching. There's a handoff to Cox near side. Stutters, gets to the outside, keeps on his feet, dives, manages to somehow gain about 3 on a play that didn't look like it should have had more than about 1.
Boy, nice stiff arm there by Cox, who's looking to go up the middle off that right side behind Smith and Chapman, but ends up having to break it outside, and looks like he's going to be stopped for like a 2-yard loss, but a big stiff arm frees him up to get the corner and 3 positive yards.
2nd and 7. Bulldogs now at Lewiston's 45-yard line. Final signals coming in. Cox takes about 3 steps, stands right beside Pettit. Fake to Cox. Throw to Vandenberg. He makes the catch, and he's going to run out of bounds or be driven out at about the 34. That's enough for a first down and an 11-yard gain. So the Bulldogs continue the march on offense.
Boy, that play looks like it's there all night. It's there. The guy covering Ari out there in that slot position is about 12 yards downfield.
Yeah, the Bengals come up and act like they're going to really press him. Then right before snap, much of the time they're bailing backwards. Another handoff to Cox. He stutter steps. He's into the secondary. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. He needs a block, and he's going to be knocked down inside the 15 down to the 12.
Yeah,
that's
good.
Another 22 yards.
Yeah, boy, the Bulldogs, Theobald liking what he's seen on that right side. Again, a nice job by Chapman and Smith at the point of attack, and Cox finds a huge hole and then does the rest down the field as he sees some white jerseys, goes out to the right and keeps on churning. The Bulldogs here looking to answer quickly just over 4 minutes left here in the third quarter. Get back in the game.
Yeah, we've played 8 minutes of the third quarter, and we are closing in on our third touchdown already. Pettit looking, throwing, trying to get into the end zone, and he throws it right into the arms of a Lewiston Bengal. Trying to get it. Now we've got flags all over the place. I think he was trying to get it to Ari Vandenberg, but he really underthrew it, and Ari wasn't that open to begin with. And so the Bulldogs turn it over.
That ball's got to be thrown to that corner pylon, Chris, and let Vandenberg go get it, and that ball just really underthrown. And boy, the Bulldogs, that's a turnover you just can't have in that place on the field, especially the way Cox has been running the football here. Just a huge mistake.
And after that, we'll have an unsportsmanlike against Lewiston. So that's going to knock them back to the 10-yard line. Half the distance from the touchback at the 20. So 1st and 10 for Lewiston. And Jay, right now, with 4 minutes left in the third quarter, the Bulldog defense is going to have to figure out how to make a quick stand and get the ball back to the offense.
Yeah, and that's one thing they haven't been able to do is the Bengals been able to really move the football through the air and on the ground against this Bulldog defense. And they get a little break here as the Bengals here backed up at the 10-yard line on this drive. So they got to travel the full length of the field here. But the Bulldogs defense really got to come up and make some plays.
So they split out Hepburn wide, and McArcher's going to run to that side, and he gets knocked down, and the ball's loose on the ground, but it came out after McArcher hit the ground, and it's going to be a short gain on first down of about 2, and 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, the Bengals really like seeing that off that weak side, Chris, to the short side of the field, where they line up their strength to the left, but they're just rolling out Carter to that weak side, and really just not a whole lot of Bulldog defenders out that way.
So 2nd down. This, again, McArcher takes it. He's got room. He's trying to get to the outside.
That's a holding
He's at
right
the
there.
20.
Yeah.
He's outside the 21. That's going to be good enough for a first down. It is a holding, or it seems to be, but the officials not agreeing, so it's going to be a first down as McArcher just keeps it, finds his way forward, and gets a first down.
Yeah, Dunkel's getting held there as he's trying to come up and make that play, and allowed McArcher to pick up another 5 yards. So missed call there by those by the field judge.
Handoff up the middle. Not much doing on this first down play. So 2nd and 10 coming up after the no gain.
Yeah, I'm sure the Bengals saw what Homedale was able to do against his Bulldogs. Once they had that lead, kept the ball on the ground and kept that clock moving when they got out in front, and see if the Bulldogs can't come up with some big plays here.
So 2nd and 10. McArcher rolling, pitches it, and that's a big play. Getting to the outside and still on his feet and going the distance once again for Lewiston will be Cruz Hepburn. And the Bulldogs just can't stop that outside run, and that one goes for 70 yards.
Boy, that's just tough. Again, you got to be able to make that adjustment. The Bengals are attacking that weak side, Chris, the short side of the field, and just not enough jerseys, not enough Bulldogs out there. And McArcher just making all the right reads right now. Right there is that time a Bulldog picked him up, but nobody picks up Hepburn as he just scampers for 7. He's well over the 150-yard mark now.
Extra point is up, and this one is no good, but it's 34-20 Lewiston with 2:42 left in the third quarter. We'll be back after this on North Idaho's Radio and Rock 103.
Health, located on 5th Avenue in Sandpoint.
Well, once again, it's Lewiston getting set to kick it away. So after the Bulldogs got the early touchdown in this half and then drove the length of the football field once again, the turnover. And now it's a 2-score differential for the Bulldogs, who are going to have to figure something out, both offensively and defensively. There's a semi-onside kick that the Bulldogs are able to corral at the 38-yard line. And a nice job for Sandpoint. Done by
Coda Hartley.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes up, grabs it, doesn't take the shot, goes through the ground. Heads-up play there by the junior Coda Hartley. Welcome back to Sandpoint. Missed you for the last couple of years, Coda. Coached him as a young man back in junior tackle. He's a tough kid, and he's getting some varsity experience now.
So the bowling offense back on the field. And, boy, the Bulldogs... mistakes. They've shot themselves in the foot a bunch tonight, and then the inability to stop the run around the outside has really cost them in this one, as they now trail it by 14, 34-20. Pettit back to pass, looking, and he goes down. Sacked. And the Bulldogs will be facing a 2nd down and 20. Trying to throw, sending 4 guys 50 yards downfield. They just didn't have time to get it off.
Did not. They are looking for the home run ball, and I don't think that's what Sandpoint really needs right here. It's just a ball control. Let's keep it here. Let's move the change. We've been able to pick up yards on the ground with Cox, and he's been running well. The short passing game to Vandenberg and Frank has worked out well. But
there's another big run, and Cox has it. He's got it broken off the screen play. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. He's into the end zone. So after the big rush on 1st down, it's a 69-yard screen pass from Pettit to Garrett Cox. And the Bulldogs, just like that, with an extra point, can pull within 7. And we still have a quarter and 2 minutes to play. So, Jay, it's just, if you're one of the Bulldog coaches, it has to be so infuriating. We've played pretty well. We've shot ourselves in the foot a million times. And yet, you're still right there in the football game if you can get a stop.
And the extra point's good, but the Bulldogs, as poorly as this, this 3rd quarter has looked for them, they only find themselves down 7 here, just under 2 minutes to play in the 3rd.
That's right. It is 34-27, 1:57 left in this 3rd quarter. It's been action-packed. You can say that.
Not a whole lot of defense here, as both teams come up with big plays and offensively, but I think it's going to come down to who doesn't make the mistake? Who does make that?
Or who can get a stop or two?
Right, absolutely.
And this scoring update brought to you by 7B TV, your authorized dish retailer, locally owned and operated and ready to help you. A proud sponsor of Bulldog Sports. And, you think about the way this game has played out, Jay. You've had numerous penalties to keep drives going. You've missed a field goal when you went for it inside your 20. You've once again been in the red zone and thrown an interception in the end zone. You had a chance at the end of the half to keep a drive alive and ended up getting up a touchdown. All that, and you're only down 7.
Yeah. Let's see if the Bulldogs just kick it deep here, they're gonna boom it down there through the end zone again. Boy, that one's over the line.
That is over the line. Wow. So Lewiston will take over on the 20, and. Hopefully the Bulldogs defense had enough time to talk it over after that quick 2-play drive for a touchdown.
How much was the losses Will Hurst there on that front side, Chris? Again, you're bringing in the young Tyson Case, who, he doesn't stack up as big as Will Hurst there. And then you got Blake Sherrill, who's been out with the compressed back problem. So
this is a handoff up the middle, and it doesn't get much. And again, the Bulldog defense up the middle has been stout as usual. That's barely a yard. But let's see. I'm going to put on my Kreskin hat here and say they're going to fake it up the middle and run it around the outside towards the Lewiston sideline.
I believe they're going to go to that short side of the field here with MacArthur.
It's not again. MacArthur. but it is to that side, and it's another big play out across the 40-yard line. So that's about a 20-yard run just right out around the right side of the offense.
Boy, touchdown saving tackle there by Barlow, who's one-on-one with Hepburn, and that's a huge size advantage. And boy, Barlow just gets enough of his legs and tackles him. That's a touchdown saving tackle.
Another handoff up the middle that's not going to get a ton, maybe 3 or 4 this time for Hepburn.
Yeah, I just don't. We're watching this game unfold, and I just don't get how we can't cover that weak side running play. It's the Bengals just killed us. Just killed us on it.
This time to the near side, McArcher on the move. Stutter steps, goes outside. He's going to get close to another first down, maybe short of it by a yard. So it's going to be 3rd down now and 1 at the Bulldog 49. Pretty good blocking by the wide receiver on the near side who had to hold his block for a long time. Austin Cady.
See if the Bulldogs defensive front can't get some pressure in there. Haven't seen a whole lot of pressure on McArcher back there. He's able to hold on to that ball, hold those play fakes, and really make the Bulldogs pay with his feet.
We haven't seen much pressure by the Bulldogs defense since the first week of the season. And there goes the run off to the far side. And this time, Wes Benefield shoots the gap and cuts it down for a 9, make it about a 7-yard loss. So that's going to bring up a 4th down. And Lewiston likely is going to have to punt this one away.
Boy, I don't think they're not bringing in that punter, Chris. Boy, huge play there by Wes Benefield. Looks like there's going to be a timeout here. Oh, it's the end of the quarter.
Yeah, quarter ends. 4th quarter coming up. Bulldogs. Looks like they might get the football. We'll see what happens after this on North Idaho's Radio and Rock 103.
September is an exciting month.
Out, start their offensive possession right at the 10. So 90 yards from tying this one up. Once again, Bulldogs haven't led tonight. They've been able to match Lewiston a few times and tie them up. But so far have yet to get a chance to get their nose in front. They had that one field goal. Again, they've got a guy in the slot who's pretty much unguarded, but now they come up. Pettit's going to keep it, trying to get to the outside. He's got out to the 15, so about a 5-yard gain. Tackled once again by Mr. Thor. He's doing yeoman's duty, kicking, running down Pettit on that one, but they give him a really great spot out to about the 22. So They're going to call it 2nd down and 3.
Yeah, good job by Thor. Just, looked like Pettit had that angle there, but good tackle there by Thor on the outside.
2nd down. Screen to Frank. Frank gets it. He's got a first down. He's gone. He's finally dragged out around the sideline. Almost broke it. He's at the 37. Another big play for the Bulldog offense. So it's going to be first down all the way out to the 38. Clock stopped as they reset the chains. Pettit calling out, barking signals. Claps. Looks to the sideline. Now focuses attention back on the center and the defense. Fake. Now he hands it off to Cox. Cox cuts it against the grain into a host of Bengals, and he gets about 4. It looked like that time Jay Cox was just looking to unleash a hit on someone.
Absolutely. He had a nice little seam off the left side, but kind of closed down quick to that outside, Chris, and he cuts it all the way back to grain, and he just lowers his shoulder into about 3 Bengal tacklers and picks up a good 4-yard gain on the play.
So 2nd and 6. Parker Pettit. He keeps it, pitches it. Cox has got a first down, and then he's going to be knocked down. He gets hit hard, but it's not before he gets the first down yardage out to the 49, and it'll be 1st and 10 Bulldogs.
Nice option play there by Parker Pettit, as again he makes that defensive end. Roth come up and play one of them. Roth takes the quarterback. He pitches out to Cox, and and Cox delivers a blow on that corner out to the outside.
Yeah, pretty good defense, though, to limit that one. It looked like it might go for some pretty big yardage, but just enough for a Bulldog first down. Now Cox lined up behind Pettit. Back to pass, Pettit throwing, and there's a nice catch by Vandenberg. He's going to be out to about a 9-yard gain. They'll mark it at the Bengal 42. Make it 43. So 2nd and 8 coming up. 2nd and 2, after the 8-yard gain.
Yeah, good throw there by Parker Pettit. It's a tough throw to make there. It's you're thrown to that short side of the field, so you got to get there before the receiver runs out of bounds. But he perfectly leads Vandenberg. Vandenberg's able to hold on to it and pick up nice gain on the play.
So 2nd and short, Bulldogs. Pettit hands it to Cox. Cox going to be knocked down, and then a flag's going to fly. I think we're going to have a hold against the Bulldogs. Yeah. Or a offensive lineman tackle, more specifically, as the flag comes from all the way across the field.
Well, it looks like Austin Smith, possibly somebody on that right side. Oh, we got a personal foul against the Bengals. Oh,
a chop block against the Bengals. Wow. Didn't see that coming.
Boy, we did.
So maybe that's why the Bulldog offensive lineman was laying on top of one of the defenders.
Yeah,
it wasn't a hold. It was a chop block. So that gives the Bulldogs another first down, and that's going to put them inside the 30 and down to the 27. Woo! Hold on your hats, folks. We got a barn burner going on here tonight from Barlow Stadium, War Memorial Field, as the Bulldogs are looking to get the equalizing score. Pettit keeps it, pitches it to Cox, who cuts back against the grain at the 20. He's at the 15. He's knocked out of bounds, but not till he gets down to the 11. That is another 15, 16 yards, and the Bulldogs are knocking on the door.
Well, yeah, again, nice little seal blocks there by that outside, those receivers, Frank and Vandenberg. Vandenberg takes the inside, and then Frank's one-on-one with his corner there, and it just really allows that pitch to happen and Cox to get downfield and pick up big yards.
Pettit keeps it. Looks for the end zone.
Got it. Ooh.
He's going to be close. He dives. They say he's going to be down at the 1. It'll be 1st and goal from the half-yard line.
Yeah, good. Another nice read that time is Parker Pettit kind of maturing here in this role, and that time, he's got the option to either hand it off to Cox if he sees the advantage there, or keep it, and he keeps it to that backside, Chris, and really gets a steam going and picks up a nice 10-yard gain and a Bulldog first down.
So 1st and goal, Bulldogs lining up tight. Pettit, quarterback keeper up the middle. That should be in. It is. Bulldogs pull within one, 34-33. Still 9 minutes left in this one. So the Bulldogs, after going down 14, score quickly, get the stop, drive it 90 yards, and are just an extra point away from tying this one up.
Boy, the all-crucial extra point here is both teams have missed. Bulldogs getting one blocked, and then the Bengals pushing one to the right. So this is a very big extra point here by Jake Gove.
Bad snap. Good hold, though. The kick is up, and it's good. Bulldogs tie it at 34. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on North Idaho's radio and Rock 103.
Hey, who scored the touchdowns for the Bulldogs? Just now? So,
as a member of the Sandpoint business community since 1963, Lighthouse Foods is a proud supporter of Bulldog sports. Since the beginning, Lighthouse has been committed to investing in and having a positive impact on its employees and the communities in which it operates. Proud to be 100% employee-owned, Lighthouse has been named Best Workplace and Best Innovative Manufacturer in Bonner County. Interested in starting a new career? Go online to lighthousefoods.com for a list of current job openings. Wherever you're headed, Columbia Bank has the
almost, Chris. Boy, that's a big break for the Bengals here. As Kuhn's been pretty much automatic tonight, but boy, he just missed that one. The Bengals catch a break here. They get the additional 15 yards and start at their own 35. See if the Bulldog defense can't come up with another big stop. See if they haven't figured out that short side of the field to the weak side to see if they can't stop these Bengals.
First and 10 Bengals at the 35. Guys, and finally they get the Bengals for being in motion. They've had a back in motion, leaning towards a lot tonight. It's been close, right?
Yeah.
That one was pretty apparent, so it's going to be a first and 15.
Yeah, with Ryan Knowles right there in the side judges here, I'm sure he's making sure he's not missing it.
So first and 15 for the Bengals, back to the 30. Quick pass, dropped. Trying to get it out to the receiver on the near side, Braden Rice. He had about a 5-yard gain that would have got the 5 back, but he just dropped it. And Bengals have had a few drops tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. You kind of hear those the foot's coming as he's working against McCorkle, and a pretty well thrown ball, Chris. That one should have been caught for at least a 5-yard gain.
So second down, 15. Back to pass again. Going deep, looking for Rice one more time. Great coverage by McCorkle down the sideline. Just blanketing Braden Rice step for step. And it's going to be third and 15.
Boy, yeah, this is the time for the Bulldogs to get off the field here. They've been burned here on some of these third and long situations. And let's see if they can't come up with a big play. I look for the Bengals to kind of roll them out to the left there, and they've had a lot of luck with number 11 Jelinek on his own. He'll be working against Kobe Barlow to that wide side of the field.
McArcher as the Bulldog crowd generating some noise. Back to pass. Looking. He's being rushed, running out of time. He throws it up. It is almost intercepted by McCorkle. A great job by the Lewiston receiver, really, to knock it away from McCorkle as they were going for Jelinek again. And that was a desperation heave that comes to naught.
Boy, yeah, good job there by that Bulldog secondary as they they just kind of sit down, know where that line markers are as they're trying to work a receiver. I believe it was Jelenic all the way across the field. Maybe it was I think it was Hepburn there all the way across the field, but some pressure by the Bulldogs late on McArcher forces it out of the pocket, and then an errant throw there, almost picked off by McCorkle.
Cox back to take the punt. It's a low line drive that's going to make a great bounce, and Cox should probably just get away from it. And it goes all the way down. Oh, he picks it up, and he goes out of bounds. And finally, then he's hammered after he's out of bounds. And Coach Knowles is beside himself as that was clearly out of bounds. Officials are going to talk it over at the 24-yard line. Interesting play by Cox. He picked it up after it looked like he was just going to let it go at the 10, and he got about a 15-yard return. Then the penalty comes.
Boy, the coaches are making that call there as they are all over that. Boy, Cox was tight roping that. He was keeping his feet in bounds as he's just tight roping it down that sidelines. And the Lewiston Bengal, boy, took a pretty big shot on him. But the Bulldogs are going to get that penalty there, and a huge break for the Bulldogs. Looks like they're going to be pinned about inside the 10-yard line. Cox, pulls one out of his hat, fools the Bengal standing right in front of him, and boy, the Bulldogs are going to be down out around that 40, 45-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to be outside, about the 42, I think, after this is marked off. So that's about a 30-yard gain on what looked like was going to be. I mean, it was a great punt by McArcher's low line drive, rolled down near the corner at the 10, and the Bulldogs are now set up at their own 42, 1st and 10, with 8:38 left, looking to possibly get their first lead of the game.
Yeah, the Bulldogs offense really got things going here now. The defense starting to settle in, forcing 2 punts in a row.
Pettit hands it off. Cox dives forward, gets tripped, and he's going to get 5 out of that. So up to the 47, 2nd down and 5. And boy, it makes it really easy to run offense when you can get 5, 6, 7 on 1st down.
Boy, I tell you what, yeah, that offense, that left side, they're going back behind Durrell and Laybourne and Vandenberg and Frank are actually out there too. Nice little seam for Cox for 5 yards.
2nd down, Bulldogs. Pettit hands it off to Cox again. Again, they miss him in the backfield. He cuts against the grain. He's got a 1st down and more outside the 45. Garrett Cox starting to really pile up some yards tonight.
Yeah, just a great job of sealing by Durrell on the inside, Chris, at the left tackle, and then Vandenberg and Frank on the outside just open up those big seams and letting Cox just have holes to run through. Before anybody gets to him, he's got 5 or 6 yards already before the first contact.
Yeah, and he's got a head of steam working. So Bulldogs into Lewiston territory already. Pettit looks for the pass, pulls it down, drives forward inside the 40, down to the 39. That's a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for Sandpoint.
Boy, tough running right there. Design draw, Chris, as both receivers to the left side here. They show pass, and then they get right on their blockers, and Pettit does a good job of just tucking it down and picking up 5 yards on that, Gary. And now he's over that 100. He's at 105 yards here on the night, Chris.
Pettit with Garrett Cox right beside him. Bulldogs with their 4 wides. This has been their most successful formation. This time they hand it to Cox, who somehow drags his way back to the line of scrimmage when he was caught 5 yards in the backfield.
Well, that's one right there. Pettit should have almost kept as Roth just shoots in there, not fooled on that play fake, and he's able to catch Cox in the backfield and stop for no gain on the play. And here, a 3rd down and 6, a crucial moment here for the Bulldogs offense. See if
Pettit.
they don't look to Vandenberg here on a little 7-8 yard out.
Cox fake the pass, try to throw it to Vandenberg, but it's tipped and falls incomplete. So now decision time for the Bulldog offense, for the coaches to see where they're going for it. It looks like they are on 4th down and 6 at the Lewiston 40 with 6:47 left.
Boy, again, you'd like to see Pettit kind of roll out, take a little of that pressure. You like to get him outside, give him a little bit of better view of where that ball's at, and let Vandenberg work to the sideline.
So Bengals much tighter up on this one, and now we're going to have a timeout. Bulldogs call it. We'll do the same. Tied up at 34. Bulldogs facing 4th down. We'll be back on KSPT and Rock 103 after this. maybe another yard. So 3rd down and 8 coming from the 16. They need to get to the 24-yard line.
Yeah, boy, big spot here for the corners. Barlow and McCorkle, they're going to have their work cut out here, to come up with a big stop on this. They're going to roll out McCarter, giving that RPO, that read pass option, Chris.
He rolls to his left, looking, throwing. He's got a man open.
He's out of bounds.
Great catch, and he's out of bounds.
Boy, that is a good job right there. The Bulldogs lucky. McCorkle gave a lot of room out there on that outplay to number 11.
To Jelinek.
Yeah, to Jelinek, and boy, that ball just thrown a little wide. And boy, nice catch, but unable to come down with his feet in bounds. And boy, the Bengals, are they going to go for it here? Or are they going to punt it?
No, they're going to punt this. There's no way. They're on their own 16-yard line. We've got the old quarterback punt going on again. McArcher kicks another good low kick away from Cox, who then picks it up at the 40. He heads right up the middle, and he's going to be knocked down at the 47. So the Bulldogs, with 5:27 left, have good field position. Another stop for the Bulldog defense, who all of a sudden seems to have figured things out.
Boy, they haven't given up those big plays to that short side, Chris. So they've kind of made that adjustment, and I don't know exactly what they're doing. I don't know if they're blitzing West every time to that left side once he sees him go. But, boy, 3 big stops there by the Bulldog D, and this allows the Bulldogs here with just under 5.5 left to play to kind of undo what they just, that penalty kind of was a costly penalty against the Bulldogs as they were still marching down the field against this Lewiston Bengal defense.
So up to the line, the Bulldogs. Cox standing right next to Parker Pettit as the Bulldogs have it on the 47. Those two are at about the 41. Pettit takes the snap, fakes it to Cox, keeps it, and gets nailed.
Almost gets his leg.
Almost gets his leg caught underneath him, yeah. And that's a loss on the play of about 5. So the Bulldogs go backwards on 1st down.
Interesting call there. Just really didn't fool the Bengals at all, Chris. Is the number 48 right there to lay a big shot on Parker Pettit.
So 2nd and 15 as the clock winds. Under 5 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Tied up at 34. Pettit rolls. Oh, they've got the wheel play to Cox, and it was wide open, and Pettit fell down.
It was wide open.
Whoa. Oh, my goodness. Unbelievable.
That is just...
it was set up perfectly out of the backfield. It was going for 6.
Oh, that almost makes you sick to your stomach, Chris. And now it brings in this 3rd down and forever.
Yeah, 3rd down and long. At this point, with 4:20 left, maybe try and get as much as you can, and you're going to have to punt it away. I don't know if...
Yeah, maybe you go back to that play again, see if it fools.
Oh, gosh. If you could get him again, sure. Why not?
And there's nobody out there going to be guarding him, so I think they're going to – I bet they dial this up again.
Cox stays into block. They go deep. They're trying to get it out to Frank, who almost comes up with it at the 28-yard line. Lots of contact and hand fighting. But Frank had his hands on it and almost caught it inside the 30. But the Bulldogs will now have to punt it one more time.
Yeah, no Will Hurst. What's their plan? Our punters, both our punters, Blake Sherrill and Will Hurst, both out of this game. So, just under 4 minutes to play. This is
you're going with the Parker Pettit pooch punt. It's probably about time for have Kuhn learn how to punt, huh? Nobody deep, and the punt angles towards the sideline. It's a good kick, and it's going to roll dead at about the 26-yard line. So nice job by Pettit. 3:44 left. Can the Bulldog defense get one more stop?
Oof. Boy, the Bulldogs had that one dialed up perfect, Chris.
Oh, man. They sure did. They've run that play twice, and it scored both times. They were about to be 3 for 3 when Pettit fell down. You could see it. Cox was out of the backfield. There wasn't anyone within 15 yards of him. Well, here we go. Bulldogs back on defense now. And it's going to be a run to the near side. And this is another big gain as once again Hepburn about 15 yards outside the 40 to the 41.
That time fooling the Bulldogs. He's got lots of room out to that right side, Chris. Picks up what a good chunk, about 20 yards, 15 yards on that first down play.
So 1st and 10 again, now at the 42-yard line for Lewiston with 3:38 left. Another handoff to Hepburn, and this time he goes nowhere. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Yeah, trying to run off that left side, and just not a whole lot happening on that inside running game for the Bengals. Is that that kind of makeshift defensive line is doing a pretty darn good job of handling those boys up front.
Yeah, it's almost like they run that one inside just to keep them honest, right? Because eventually they're going to be coming for the outside run. MacArthur's rolling. He's being rushed. He throws up a duck that is going to be caught. It should have been intercepted, but the Bulldog defensive back played that terribly, and it's a pass all the way down to the 21-yard line.
Boy, Cody Steiger, the free safety, just gets his head caught, doesn't find the ball, and that ball just lofted up. Yeah, that was a pick.
That was a pick. It was a pick all day long. Yep. So
big play.
Boy, down inside the Bulldog 25 to the 22 with 2:50 left. Bulldogs have 2 timeouts remaining.
Bengals no hurry here.
Yeah, as they shouldn't be. This time they hand it right up the middle to Shaw. Shaw goes nowhere. Wes Benefield knocks him down for no gain. 2nd and 10 coming up.
What is Ryan knows they're gonna play the clock game here, or?
I think if you hold them on this one and make it 3rd and long, you got to call a timeout. Lewiston is just taking their sweet time, as you would imagine, as the clock runs down towards 2 minutes. And Lewiston just outside the red zone. This is the option play for MacArthur, who falls down at the 20, trying to cut back in. Now it's 3rd down and 9. And, Bulldogs are going to call their second timeout with 1:57 left. Lewiston's in 4-down territory. I don't think they're going to be trying to kick a field goal from the 20-yard line.
Kid's got a pretty good leg, Chris. They're not in any urgency to get the ball, and two pretty conservative plays there on the first and second.
No doubt. Looks like they're going to be putting a little bit of time back on the clock. It's at 1:57 right now.
Should be like at 1:59 or.
Yeah, they were either put 2 extra seconds on or put it at 2 minutes. There it is. They go the clock. They move it back to 2. So 2 minutes left exactly. 34 all. Bengals knocking on the Bulldogs' door at the 20-yard line. 3rd down. They need to get down to about the 12. So 3rd and 8 coming up.
Look on a quick slant here on the inside.
Instead, Karcher keeps it, and he's going to be knocked down short. He's at about the 16-yard line, so 4th down, Bulldogs call timeout. All right, you're the Lewiston Bengals. What do you do now? You're at 4th and 7.
I think you're going to kick it, right?
You'd be setting it up for about a 35-yarder, which is what the Bulldogs tried earlier.
Boy, I think you got to kick it here, right?
Well, yeah. If you don't kick it and you don't get the first down, the best you're hoping for is overtime.
Right. I mean, you got under 2 minutes left. It tells you a lot if they're not going to kick it. They don't really trust that defense to come up with another stop.
Well, they're talking it over on the sideline.
Last thing you want to do here, the Bulldogs, is jump off sides or do anything along those lines, right?
That's right. You don't want to extend this drive. And I would, I'd really be talking about making sure you keep your eyes on the quarterback on this one. Another one of those option runs, and I don't see any kickers out there. Lewiston apparently going for it here on 4th down and 7.
Wow.
It's Shaw, Hepburn, and McArcher in the backfield.
See if the Bulldogs dial up some pressure.
They switch sides. The backs do. McArcher's going to run it. He's trying, and he's got a first down.
No, he doesn't got it.
He's down.
He's going to be short a yard. He's going to be short by a yard, Chris.
He sure is going to be short. The Bulldogs turn him over on downs again with 1:45 left, and now the Bulldogs will have the football at about the 13-yard line.
Wow. Yes. That's crazy. This is a great football game.
It sure is. Wow.
Over 150 yards in penalties tonight on both teams, Chris. That's
yeah.
Let's see if they don't do a double pass here. You know, they always got some tricks up their sleeves. You know, we haven't seen Cox down the middle either.
Pettit back looking. Throws. It's blocked again and knocked down. Trying to get it out to Frank. So 2nd and 10 with 1:40 left.
Yeah, Darrell, that tackle, he's got to get his hands on Roth, not allow him to jump and get his hands up in the way. And, you know, he's just allowing, and he's not coming to him, so he's just kind of protecting himself. But Roth is just playing the football here.
So 2nd down, 10, Pettit. Back to pass, looking, throwing, down the middle. It's incomplete, trying to get it to Frank. It's almost intercepted through the hands of Blake Hill. And I think maybe Frank got just enough to tip that out of the way. And now the Bulldogs are looking at 3rd down and 10. Their punter on the sideline.
Boy, yeah, this is a huge play. I'm surprised they haven't tried to run Cox there on the first or 2nd down. Chris, at least to make this a manageable situation.
So 3rd and 10. Pettit. Looking. They throw the screen to Cox, who cuts it back against the grain, but he's got really nowhere to go. He's down at the 16.
Boy, I just
they
didn't like that play call.
Lose a yard or two. Actually, they'll mark him back down. Yeah, all the way back inside the 12. So 1:20. Clock is rolling. Lewiston finally calls one of their 3 timeouts with 1:15 left. And the Bulldogs are going to have to punt this away.
Just not a good series there. I just don't. Just didn't like the way to set up this last drive here offensively. You know, really just, you know, no need to panic. You know, you got 2 minutes left on the clock, or just under 2 minutes left, and you got some time. You want to pick up some first downs. You know, call 2 plays in the huddle, get up the line of scrimmage. But you know, this is just, you know, 3 pass plays and no time off the clock, and allows the Bengals here one last shot, you know, against this Bulldog defense.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to put the clock back at about 1:19. Bengals were calling for timeout.
Boy, it goes right back to that just that holding call, and then the trip, the fall down by Pettit. You know, those were 2 big plays for the Bulldogs that just got away from them.
And this drive was really similar to the drive they had at the end of the first half, where they were, you know, they threw it, and then gave it back to Lewiston. Now, Lewiston, again, doesn't have anyone deep, which is a little bit surprising because you know that the Bulldogs are not going for anything. And this punt's going to
kick it out
of bounds.
You know, when there's nobody deep, you just go down the middle of the field.
Kick it right down the middle of the field, exactly. And Lewiston's going to have pretty good field position all the way to the Bulldog 43.
And that's the coaching part of it, right? Understand, hey, this is not the pooch kick where we're going to stuff them inside the 20-yard line. Hey, nobody's back. You fire that thing down the middle and let that ball roll. Instead, the Bengals here catch a huge break at the ball inside the Bulldogs' territory with about 1:14 to play.
Yeah, they've got 2 timeouts and pretty much anything they want available here. So the Bulldog defense going to have to step up one more time. Man in motion. They fake the handoff. The quarterback keeps it. MacArthur heads up the middle. Doesn't get much. Maybe a yard or two.
I'm surprised, Lewiston hasn't looked to throw the ball a little bit more down the field. They've had some open receivers, but they're still trying to get up into the middle of that Bulldog D.
Second down. There's a throw out to the outside that's caught, and then a poor tackle. Nice job from the inside by Wimmer to knock down the receiver at the 30, or that would have gone for a touchdown.
Boy, you got to break on that ball. You got to see it and break, and don't play it to the flat. Come flying up there. Barlow just doesn't make the right read on that, and almost gives up a big play.
They throw it, and it's actually handed off to Hepburn up the middle. He's to the 25. Ball's loose, but he's down. 35 seconds left. Clock still running. Bengals yet to call a timeout. Now we've got an injury.
That's going to be a runoff too, isn't it? This is what the Bengals did to me back in 1986, Chris, when I was playing. They have an injury on the field, to stop the clock and let the offense get lined up, and it's a tie game. We're up by 3, and they come in and able to line up for a field goal, and they make it, and we end up walking out of here with a tie. So, this again, high school stuff. I don't know. Hopefully the kid's not really hurt.
Well, they have 2 timeouts, so I just why they let 7-8 seconds run off the clock there. I didn't really understand that to begin with.
Now you got to take a timeout away, right?
So it'll be 2nd down and 5.
Really play it up here.
Yeah. Looks like a cramp of some sort, probably, the way they're stretching him out. I believe that's Hepburn who's down.
Yeah, it is.
So there'll be a 2nd down whenever we get back to it. Both teams huddling with their respective coaching staffs. 28 seconds left in one of the longest high school football games in history. As we are already nearing 10 o'clock. It's going to make my get up at 5 and watch golf plan a little harder.
You're used to it. You get up at 3, it's like sleeping in.
I'm usually not up this late. This is well past my normal bedtime. So Hepburn's finally up, and he's going to saunter off the field. So that will limit what the Bengals can do a little bit on this play.
Do they take a timeout away, Chris? Or
they did not. It's still sitting at 2 timeouts, at least on the scoreboard. Now they say roll the clock. MacArthur keeps it. He throws it across the middle. It's caught, and it's going to be down inside the 5-yard line. They run the slant, and with 20 seconds left, Lewiston is inside the 5. MacArthur keeps it to the outside, tries to get out, and he's knocked down, and the flag falls.
Got a holding call, too?
Might be a holding call, too. And it is. It's a hold against Lewiston. And that's going to put Lewiston all the way back to a 1st and goal from about the 17-yard line.
Now you bring your kicker in, maybe, Chris. This is
10 seconds. Real time for 2 tries.
Wow.
Boy, yeah, Barlow just gets beat on that inside move. He's underneath it, but a pretty well-thrown football out in front of Jelinek, who was able to catch the football, and then Barlow's able to tackle him there, but not until he's inside that 5-yard line. But the Bulldogs catch a huge break. But again, that one-on-one, you're on the island out there. You're looking for some of that free safety help, and Steiger's not there to help him out in the middle, and Lewiston comes up with a big play.
So it's 1st and goal from the 17. Lewiston's now going to call a timeout with the clock stopped and 10 seconds left. We will keep it here with the score tied at 34 in this scoring update brought to you by 7BTV, your authorized dish retailer, locally owned and operated and ready to help you. A proud sponsor of Bulldog Sports, and we have had one of the wackiest games I think I can remember in a very long time, Jay.
Absolutely.
We've had a little bit of everything in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the Bulldogs are going to be kicking themselves with some missed opportunities and the big plays they allowed, through most of that first 3 quarters, Chris, and, settling down here in the fourth quarter, playing their best football we've seen, here since the Coeur d'Alene, that second half of that Coeur d'Alene game. So, definitely left some things out there that they wish they could have back.
So the Bengals now come out with 10 seconds left and only 1 timeout. So I would imagine you're not going to see a run on this one, Jay. You got to put this one up, right?
I'm surprised the Bulldogs aren't putting any help out. Any help out to the outside. Kind of maybe get a couple safeties over the top.
So 10 seconds left. Crowd making noise. Karcher throwing for the end zone. It's up. It is incomplete.
Got Jack Zimmerman out there.
Yep, 5 seconds left. So now Lewiston sends out the field goal team from the near hash mark. Just about the exact same spot the Bulldogs tried a field goal earlier.
You're looking at about
it's going to be close to about a 35-yarder once they spot it. Spot's going to come at the 24. So 34 yards. Crowd making the noise. Bulldogs out of timeouts. 5 seconds left. Thor in. If it's good, Lewiston's going to win. If it's not, we're likely headed to overtime. Snap is down. Kick is up, and it's not even close. So 1 second left. And welcome to one of the most fun events in high school sports, the Kansas Tiebreaker.
Is that they still do that?
Pretty sure.
In the regular season? I thought that was playoffs only. Huh.
I think that's the overtime system that we're using in high school these days, if I remember correctly.
Boy, the Bulldogs hold tight and true here down the stretch. What a football game.
Wow,
Chris.
This has been something.
Let's see if
Why not have overtime? We've had everything else.
Let's see if the Bulldogs
you've got to kneel this, right?
come up and try to hit Cox right down the middle of the field.
Do the Marino fake kneel and then just send Cox deep down the center.
Yeah, I know they've got 4 guys back. That ain't happening.
So there's your kneel. Overtime's coming. We'll get to that overtime and the upcoming Mountain West Bank postgame show in 2 here at Rock 103 and North Idaho's radio.
At Super One Foods
Who
in
is?
Sandpoint, they say save time, shop online. Pick up your
Sandpoint
items and have them
515.
delivered to your home. It's so easy. Just go to superonefoods.net and select your items and the time to pick up your groceries at the store in one of the reserved parking spaces or have them delivered to you. It's that simple. And Super One is now hiring with some positions starting at $14 an hour. Apply online at superonefoods.net.
Sun Rental Center has been consistently reliable since 1979. Whether you're a large contractor or a homeowner with an important project, Sun Rental Center is your #1 call for equipment rental and services. They go the extra mile, offering hourly,
Is that a late night for Pat at the office?
rental options with industry-standard
Friday night
products
he's
from
usually there
John
pretty
Deere,
late.
Doosan,
It'll be much
Genie,
later.
JLG, Multiquip, Ditch Witch, Makita, Honda.
You know, we've had nightmare week.
Sun Rental Center
Russian
is open
hackers
Sandpoint Monday through
hacked
Saturday from
into
7:30
the
a.m. to
system
5
that we
p.m.
use. It's not ours. We were down all week. They finally came up this afternoon. I had to go in and redo the weekend logs.
Oh, man.
That's a free in-town delivery and
Before I could come do the game.
Expanded hardware department. You'll find
It was
the
a
things that
nightmare.
you need for all of your home projects. Ask about the contractor discount. Sandpoint Superdrug is here to help. Located on 5th Avenue in Sandpoint.
September is an exciting month for the Pondere Winery. It marks the beginning of a new vintage of handcrafted wines made right here in Sandpoint by our dedicated
Kansas
crew.
City, like the
September
20
is
or
also
25-yard line.
month, so keep a lookout
Yep.
for your wine club
I think it's the
shipment or stop by
25-yard
the
line.
tasting room at 301 Cedar to
Yeah.
pick up your 2019 Primitivo and Cabernet Franc. Members enjoy wine club pricing
Well,
all month long.
it'd
on
be
these
interesting.
beautiful
Do they
wines.
do
We will
25? I
continue
know
to
they
offer
do the
live music on
25
Friday
when
and
you
Saturday
do
nights. So
the
check out our Facebook
seating
page
one.
or our
Might be
website at
10
yieldwine.com for the
in
latest news.
overtime.
It's harvest time,
We'll
so come
see.
celebrate with us at the Pondere Winery.
All right, we're back here. We've got about a minute left before we get the overtime period started. Chris Chatburn, Jay Vandenberg, Barry Burke working hard. That pencil over there is flaming with over 1,000 yards of offense in this game.
Can you believe that? 515 for the Bengals, 479 I think for the Bulldogs, and boy, you add that or 489 for the Bulldogs, and you add that up, that's over 1,000 yards of offense. I tell you, big plays by the Lewiston Bengals. Good ball control by the Bulldogs to keep into it, and some great stops defensively as that Bulldog defense really kind of got things going there in the fourth quarter, kind of figured out, some of those outside runs by McArcher and Hepburn, and boy, a couple big plays away from actually sealing this for the Bulldogs. This we could be dancing out in the street.
I
right
know
now,
the Bulldogs, if they win this game, not having led at any point in time, right?
Yeah. They have not led.
They haven't led. I mean, they've had chances. They missed the field goal. They've had the ball down close to the end zone. They just haven't been able to get it done. Okay, let's see what we got here. The Bulldogs have won the toss, and they will get the football first here in overtime, it looks like.
Boy, I'd take the second one, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you want to have to stop on defense?
You would want to know what you need, I think, right? But by the same token, if you can jump on them and get the touchdown and actually put the lead up on the scoreboard, then, you might.
Going out there. Bulldog D's out on the field.
No, the Bulldog D is out on the field. That's not what the official said. So the Bulldogs won but deferred. So Lewiston will start with the football. First and goal at the 10. It's overtime. How long are you going to play? So at the 10, Lewiston, first and goal.
They'll be looking Kobe Barlow's way on that far side, one-on-one.
Man in motion. McArcher takes a snap and rolls. He's not looking to throw. He's looking to run. He's looking to cut back against the grain. He does, and he's going to be knocked down at about the 5. So second and goal from the 5.
Yeah, the Bulldogs did a good job of stringing that out, but McArcher just being patient out there and just kind of hesitates, stops right about the that 10-yard marker out there, and then cuts it back inside for 5 yards.
So second and goal now. They put Hepburn in the slot and just one back. McArcher hands it to that back. He goes up the middle. He's going to be knocked down at about the 2. Make it just outside the 1. So third and goal.
Boy, the first little success you've seen Lewis and we're running the ball up the middle, Chris.
So the crowd now being implored by the Bulldogs on the sidelines to get into it. Third and goal.
Looking at McArcher here to keep it.
McArcher keeps it, and he's knocked down for a loss. He's tackled back at the 5. Little bit of a miscommunication between him and Shaw. Messed that play up. Now it's fourth and goal.
Boy, was that Hughes on that or was that Benefield? It's really hard to kind of take that out, but they just shot right through there. Slow developing play, and they made McArcher pay for it. Now the Bengals in this do-or-die situation.
Yeah, fourth and goal. Jelinek in motion. McArcher fakes it, keeps it, looking, throws, and there's a man wide open in the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown. That was 24. Is that wide again?
Yep. Yeah, just working to the outside to Chris. And, again, understand where that goal, Michael, you want them to throw the ball over your head, over the top, not underneath. As White just runs right to that first boundary there on the goal line. And, boy, pretty easy. As McArcher was under a little bit of pressure there, but just our cover
All he had
guys-
to do was lob it.
Yeah, cover guys just were out of position.
Extra point is up, and it is just good through the middle. How that wasn't blocked, I have no idea. So now the Bulldogs know what they need to do. They're down 41-34. They'll have 4 downs to get it in the end zone and tie it. So,
Well, the Bulldogs got what they wanted, a 4th down and 4, starting at the 10-yard line. They're in a good position defensively to get off the field and really be in the driver's seat. But now the offense here has to make something happen.
they've got to get into the end zone.
Cox is well over 200 yards now. He's at 208. I'll make that 193.
And jogging on the field very slowly, like a guy who's just about at 200 yards of offense and playing defense as well.
Absolutely. Kid's got to be worn out.
So Bulldogs now, as they head towards the northern end of this Bulldog situation at Barlow Stadium, they need to get in the end zone and kick the extra point to tie or go for 2 for the win. Pettit, rolling, looking. Cuts up against the grain. He's going to be knocked down at the 6. So give him about 4. It'll be 2nd down and goal.
Whew, yeah. Bengals all in press coverage there, up tight on the receivers, and just a good job by the linebacker scraping over the top to get Parker. Parker does a great job of picking up positive yardage.
2nd and goal. Pettit takes the snap, hands it to Cox. Cox goes up the middle, drives to about the 5, maybe just inside. So it's going to be 3rd and goal for the Bulldogs from the 5. As we near 10 o'clock in the 3-hour mark of this football game. In overtime, Lewiston now up 41-34. Pettit on 3rd down. Mishandles it, pitches it, and then we're going to have a
face mask. There should be a penalty out there.
Yeah, but they're not going to call it. It's going to be 4th down against the Bulldogs.
Boy, that's just not
they had Cox's face mask on that. So it's going to be 4th and goal from about the 6-yard line.
Boy, an option play to the short side of the field, that's risky. There's just not a whole lot out there.
So Bulldogs, it comes down to this. Lewiston was able to get their 4th down and goal. Bulldogs now need to answer. 4th and goal from the 6. Pettit back, looking, throwing, and it is caught for the touchdown. Max Frank right at the goal line. The Bengals complaining that he wasn't in. They did knock him back onto the field of play, but Frank gets it, and now the Bulldogs come in for the extra point.
Wow. What a catch there. Max Frank one-on-one with this guy. He goes up tall and gets across the goal line, and they shove him out, and referee's not fooled, give him the touchdown. Big spot here for Jacob Gove.
So the all-important extra point, and we're going to have a timeout. Bulldogs call it. All right, Jay.
Yeah, boy.
Go for the win now.
Yeah, Barry's saying go for the win. I'm thinking, hey, let's give it one more shot here, straight up. Both teams kind of struggled there inside the 10-yard line, both going to 4 downs. Trust your defense to come up and make a stop.
2 yards to win the game.
Looks like they're going to go for it here. Bulldogs are going to go for it.
I think they are. I think they're going to go for it. I think they're going to get it. I just don't. I think that the longer this plays out, the numerical advantage, the sign, Bulldogs going both directions. I think that in this situation, when you're the underdog, right, you're the smaller guy, you're the 4A school, you have a chance to win the game, you go for it. And here they come out. 2-point conversion attempt. If you've got a play you like, Coach Steelbar, this would be the time to pull it out. Pettit, Vandenberg in motion. And now Lewiston calls timeout after they saw what the Bulldogs were going for. So now the fourth down, the extra point, 2-point conversion comes again.
Boy, nail biter. Old Dad over here sweating. Palms are wet. Shirt's getting soaked. This radio job it's a long day.
Yeah, man. Yes, it is.
Yeah, let's see if now, after the timeouts, the Bulldogs don't mix up this offensive set and go to 2-point conversion play number 2. Gotta love high school football.
Gotta love it. Where else would you want it if I was the richest person?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, the Bulldogs up against the
Here we
number
go.
5 ranked team in the 5As at home, down 1, struggled for most part of this game, figuring it out in the fourth quarter defensively, over 1,000 yards of offense by both teams, and here we are.
All right, this is it. Barring a penalty, the game's coming to an end here. They've got Vandenberg open in the end zone for 2. The Bulldogs win it. Pettit throws it to Vandenberg, who had to go down to his knees and come up with the catch. The team, the crowd, everyone going crazy.
Yeah!
Unbelievable. Bulldogs win it. 42-41 in overtime.
Oh, man, Vandenberg comes up with 3 big drops early in the game. Fieldbar doesn't lose faith, and he goes back to my boy. And he catches it at his shoes. And
what a ball game. Unbelievable. The Bulldogs
ring that victory
getting
bell.
set to ring one of the sweetest victory bells of all time.
Man, my heart is about ready to explode.
Holy moly.
Wow. That's awesome.
Jeez, what a game. Holy moly.
Oh, God. Wow.
The team's meeting at midfield now. We have your Mountain West Bank post-game show coming up here in just a few moments. And what a game it has been. Oh, my goodness. So what we're going to do now is we are going to send it back to the studio. And we've got your Mountain West Bank postgame show on the way. We'll have it for you in 2 as we will head down to the field and have a talk with Bulldog head coach Ryan Knowles, the house stat page, all of that and more on the way here at Rock 103 and North Idaho.
As a member of the Sandpoint business community since 1963, Lighthouse Foods is a proud supporter of
or vehicle. A floral department features Hunter, a quality, natural, organic food section.
Got me okay?
And part of our community, Yoke Fresh Market.
Hey, you're going to have to cue me. I forgot to grab my phone.
Looking for hardworking, motivated, community-minded individuals to join their team. They have immediate openings for kitchen staff and servers. If you're interested in Jalapenos team, apply in person at Jalapenos on 2nd Avenue in Sandpoint. Available for immediate interview, sign-on bonus, stay-on bonus, competitive pay, and a great work environment. Jalapenos is open Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Also, just for takeout.
When you hear a commercial commercial from Mountain West Bank, we're usually talking about providing you a service like totally free checking. Well, this commercial is about totally free tackling, totally free passing, and totally free touchdowns. That's because we sponsor broadcasts of North Idaho High School football so you can listen to games totally free. Of course, there are a few things we hope these games are totally free of. Penalties, fouls, injuries, stuff like that. Mountain West Bank. FDIC. Member FDIC.
You all right, buddy?
All right, we are here, and it's the Mountain West Bank postgame show as the crowd cheers and the victory bell is about to be rung. Might be one of the sweetest victory bells in a long time.
There's no question. This was a long week. Started with a long road trip back and a long night and a long weekend and just a lot of stuff going on outside the program too. So I couldn't be right. You know, we knew we were in it. Our offense kept us in it. And what I told them, you know, they were gassing us pretty good on offense, and we were giving up points, and we were scoring them too. Hey, let's go for two and get this thing over with. We're at home and believe in the boys. Put it all out there on the line, you know, and it's good to be right. It's good to be right.
Well, you know, so take me through that. You know, you line up like you're going to kick the extra point, then you call timeout. What was the thought process before that? You know, was it like, okay, we got to go for it now?
It's just straight gamesmanship, Chris. Just straight game. We knew what we were doing the whole time.
All right. Well, that's good. We'll stick with that story. Okay. So the last question I want to ask you about this game was mistakes. But still, you fought through. You found a way in the end to get the victory.
Well, and here's the thing. That offense is. You know, Lewiston's offense is spreading the field sideline to sideline, and it's hard, you know, and we get one guy breaking down and we're giving up touchdowns, and we're watching it on our replay on our sideline, and we're getting on the guys and we're poking and prodding, but at the end of the day, it's everything we talked about. You know, guys got to go out and do their job, nobody else's. You know, hats off to them. They made some plays, you know, it was a great game. You know, they made some plays, but our guys made some plays, and, you know, I don't always get a chance to watch the defense, but, you know, when you're filling our offense just getting big chunks of yardage, you know, it excites the defense, you know, and it gives us life, you know, when we need it. And like I say, we got those 3 and outs in the fourth quarter, a couple of them, and, you know, gave them enough life to get this thing done. So
not only that, but you stopped them inside the 10 in the final minute.
Yeah, that was big. And, you know, we got that holding call down there, and, you know, everyone's going to say, oh, the holding call. Well, our guys triggered that holding call by being super aggressive like we talked about all week. So, you know, them doing what they were supposed to do is what caused that to start with. So, you know, it's proud of them for that.
Great game. We'll talk to you next week.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, Jay, back up to you for the Jalapeno stat page.
All right, thanks, Chris. What a game tonight for the Sandpoint Bulldogs. Goes into overtime. They hang on, and they beat the 5th-ranked team in 5A football here at Barlow Stadium, War Memorial Field, 42-41, a big 2-point conversion. Parker Pettit to Ari Vandenberg to win it and go for it. And the Bulldogs ring the victory bell tonight in front of a packed house here in Sandpoint, Idaho. All right, stat page, here we go. And, boy, we were not a lack of offense tonight as the Lewiston Bengals, they ended up with 544 yards of total offense. Jace McArcher, boy, he does everything for this Bengal team. He ends up 15 of 28 for 206 yards and 3 touchdowns through the air. He also carries the ball 25 times for 118 yards. So hats off to that number 8 quarterback, a tough kid, shifty. He did it all tonight for those for the Lewiston Bengals, along with his running mate, Cruz Hepburn, who ends up 17 carries, 200 yards, and a couple touchdowns, and 2 of those coming on big, long runs of 72 and 80 yards. James White came up big, Chris, in that all night as a receiver. He's a big kid, tight end. He ends up with 5 catches, 60 yards, and the big touchdown here in the first overtime for Lewis. And so I tell you what, 544 yards for the Bengals on total offense against this Bulldog defense, but a lot of that was off of big plays.
Yes, it was.
Misreads, as Coach Knowles was saying down there. And then he turned it to the Sandpoint Bulldogs. They ended up with 495 yards of total offense. Parker Pettit was 13 of 21, 193 yards, a pair of touchdowns, and a 2-point conversion to Vandenberg. Pettit also touched the ball 14 times for 107 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. You know, Garrett Cox, what can you say, right? The kid just leaves it all out on the field. He plays just about every snap on defense, except for maybe third downs every once in a while. But he ends up carrying the ball 23 times, 195 yards. He actually has 2 touchdown runs, and he also had that big touchdown on the on that little bubble screen to him where he goes for that long touchdown. So he ends up with 2 catches for 68 yards. Max Frank, 5 catches, 91 yards, and a touchdown. And Ari Vander, who struggled early in the first half, he ends up with 5 catches for 41 yards at the Bulldogs.
And the most important catch of the night. You know, that was not an easy catch in the end zone. You know, Parker didn't have a lot of zip on that ball. He had to go down and get it. And, you know, sports is so awesome for this reason, amongst others. You got a kid who struggled the first half. He got nailed a few times. He dropped one that clearly would have kept the drive going. Lewiston ended up scoring. He kept playing, kept his head up, and then he makes the catch that wins the game at the end. What more could you ask for? It was a spectacular game. And, I don't know who to call. I literally have no idea who to name the Mountain West Bank player of the game. You know, I don't even through 3 games, what do we got? We got Pettit and Cox and then Hurst, right? And, I think defensively, we gave up a lot of yards. Offensively, I think, hats off to Max Franks and Ari Vandenberg to keep that thing going. But again, when you have a kid that has 195 yards rushing and 2 catches for 68 yards, he's at 263 yards for the game. And, not to sound like, but, Garrett Cox and Parker Pettit are life and blood of that offense and that team. And you almost can't not give it to a kid who gets. I would really say that with all that being said, somebody on that offensive line has got to pick it up. There's a lot of big holes going on there. We can mull it over and then figure that out at a later time.
I'd almost give it to that whole offensive line. You say that. Parker Pettit had decent time in the backfield. He didn't get hit. I think they only gave up 1 sack. And anytime your offensive line gives you 302 yards rushing on the ground,
yes.
And you're not talking. It's 35, 37. What is it? 37 rushes. Do the math. 30s, 10. Just under 10 yards. 10 yards a carry.
I agree. I think that the offensive line has got to get that one because it's just the holes that were there to run through weren't small. They weren't small. They were blowing some big holes. So
give it off to Darrell, right?
Yep.
You got Carson Laybourne.
Yep.
You got Benny Stockton doing a great job at Stamford the football. I tell you what, the kid has come a long ways from. He owns up the weight room. He's getting stronger. He's getting better at the center spot. He's getting the ball back to the Pettit faster. He's improving. You got Austin Smith and you got Mike Chapman. Hey, you know what?
Yep.
And into blocking, you can even go out to Frank and Vandenberg and Ribeiro and those guys are just in Hinberg. Those guys really did a great job of blocking tonight. And
they did.
They had a couple holding calls, but at the end of the day, those guys did a heck of a job.
I agree, and so we give it to the offensive line, the players of the game tonight, because when you roll up that kind of yardage, and it just to me that just seems like the thing that needs to be done. For Jay, for Barry, who did the stats, for Pat,
thanks, Barry. Barry's
back
awesome.
at the studios, keeping us on the air throughout this 3 hour and 10 minute